Ahoy, crypto pirates. Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's FN Hangout. Maybe the last one before the PulseChain launch phase. Let's see, guys. Maybe tonight he announces it. Who knows? But maybe next week we're talking about the launch. Let's see. I was hoping it was going to be this week, but not. I'm your captain, RG3, once again bringing you the FN Hangout, and it is your night. So for those of you who are here and don't know what the FN Hangout is, this is your chance to actually come in here and have a chat with us. I'm going to put a link into the chat just to show you that that's exactly how we do. That's what we do. We bring it. We do it live. We let you guys come in and speak your piece. And we've got a whole group of cutthroats in the back already. I'm going to bring them up in a second. First, I wanted to bring you guys up to speed on what the heck is going on here with Discourse Syndicate. Guys, we're about to ratchet it up another notch here. And we've actually made some partnerships with some big folks in crypto. Some of them you know, some of you don't. Some of you are going to know. We're making some deals. We're going to be taking Hex all over the place. And that's what DS is going to do. We're going to be part of the revolution, because the revolution will not be televised, but it will be streamed, and it will be streamed here on Discourse Syndicate's network. Really proud of all of the streamers, and thanks to all of the content creators and streamers for joining us and being part of Discourse Syndicate Network. It is really starting to turn out to be a success. We're getting a lot more eyes on us. We've got people contacting us and wanting to get involved. We've got some really exciting stuff that's going to be happening with Gary, Funding Jim, and Joker's stream and Nerd Girl's stream. Just cool stuff going on. Can't wait to make more announcements and bring more things out and bring them out to you guys. So anyway, hello to the chat room. I'm not going to go through all the names. I think that's kind of mundane, and I know it's you guys know we appreciate all of you, and we appreciate all of you being in here. You guys are the regulars. You guys are here all the time. Appreciate you. What else was I going to say? I lost my train of thought now. Well, we went another week without a PulseChain launch, but there are some tides a turning. It's like that has been the sentiment for the last month straight. Hexicans have now become the influencers. We are, and they're in their death throes right now. So all of the no, Motley, just you. You're the only one that's mundane, not them. So anyway, just kidding, bro. I love you in whatever way it is that I love you. So they're in their last and final death throes. I saw another maxi cringer freaking stream today of him on stage just talking shit. It's so pathetic. It's so useless. Now they're talking about God is anointing Bitcoin and it's going to come and save all of us and take away the evil devil that is fiat currency and all this weird crap. I mean, I can't believe the depths to which they are sinking to. Every single we had I forget the guy's name. The dude that pussied out on meeting with. So the guy, he makes a video about Richard's video with BitBoy's stream that they did. What is it? Around the blockchain or whatever it is, which Richard did a phenomenal job. Very, very, very good. Hats off to you, Richard. Good job for kind of biting your tongue and holding off. And then this cringy ass George. Yeah, that's his name. Thanks, Molly. So this George guy, he does a rebuttal video on the things that Richard said. And he does a horrible job. First, he criticizes the Louis Vuitton luggage and the watches and all that stuff. It's funny how they take that stuff out of context. It's like, dude, do you really just not understand what's going on here? Is it really that far over your head? Do you really not see the trolling that's going on here? Well, it worked because he did a whole video on Hex basically. And he's got a lot of viewers because for some reason people love following, idiot wreck plebs that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because crypto is just full of those people. I don't know. It's like people like to be led by people who are strong and wrong, or just plain wrong. Some of them aren't even strong anymore. They're just plain wrong. People like being led by that because I look at them. They got millions of followers. I mean, we're starting to gain followers as people come into Hex and people start to watch us and listen to what it is that we're having to say. Of course, because we're new to the scene. People who've been in crypto and the crypto, the general crypto population, they latch onto these guys because they were the first ones or they were the ones that were there. Bottom line is they've been wrong, and they've been wrong for a long time. And, it's showing. Yeah. Altcoin Daily too. He was one of them. He was very, how can I say? He was talking about having a beer with Richard. So now they all want to have beers with Richard, and it's like, yeah, right, guys. Now it's time to start putting the olive branch out to Richard. And I mean, I guess that's par for the course. That's how it goes. But it's just, no, you guys have to get your face smashed in it a little bit first. I mean, that's what's going to happen. We're going to have to smash your faces in it a little bit and say, look, you guys did us wrong. And now you're going to sit back and listen to what we have to say and look at what we have done and look what, Hex has done. So that's what's happening. That's what's coming to crypto. I've been saying this for a long time, that we are the influencers. We are the ones that are going to save crypto. We are the ones that are going to change crypto to change the money, not them. Like I said, they were a good start. They were a good try, but they are not the influencers of today. They are not the ones with the answers today. Hex and PulseChain are going to be the answers. They're the answers now. We understand that. They don't. They've just got to catch up. And they will. It's just going to take some time, and there's going to be some resistance, and we're going to have to fight that resistance like we always have. We've always fought it. You guys out there, if you are a maximalist or somebody that's just kind of popping in here to look at what we're doing here, we told you. We have been telling you. And you guys are going to bend our way one way or another. Or you're just going to get wrecked and leave crypto, because this is where the value is going to be. The value is going to be in Hex. Hex is going to soak up the value of all crypto. You mark my words, because everything out there sucks. The things that they were talking about that were supposed to be the good coins, the good altcoins, are bullshit. They were talking about Cardano like it was something. It doesn't even have smart contracts. Still, when we called them out months ago, when Richard called Cardano out for not having smart contracts months ago, they made an announcement that they were coming. Guess what? They still haven't come. They still haven't. So what the fuck, guys? You're going to still continue to keep on with this ruse and keep trying to fool people? No, there is a crypto. It is running. It is working. It has not fudded out. It has not gone away. It has not rug pulled. It has not done any of the things that you guys said it was doing. It's been doing it for over a year and a half. And it's number 3 on the charts. Number 3, crypto on the charts. And I say that because freaking stable coins don't matter. They don't. So we're number 3. I think Binance and us are fighting it out for the number 4 spot, but technically we're 4 and 5, but anyway. So that's where Hex is, and they're gonna learn to bend our way. That's what's happening. So PulseChain's coming. It's not here yet. I wish it was. I am so ready. But what's beautiful is I'm looking at my chart right now. What's beautiful is that I'm seeing people taking profits during all of this and Hex not moving. So every single opposition that they've had to Hex and its or why you shouldn't be in Hex. You know, the liquidity, the where's the ETH, the OA, all of these things have been destroyed. All of their opposition has been destroyed. They have no answer for it anymore. So now what are they doing? They're trying to, you know, get Richard's character and come at his character, and it's not working. It's not working. They're making themselves look bad. And like I said, this guy George who did his thing looked horrible, man. Looked horrible. Let's see who's somebody's okay, Joe. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to bring up the Cutthroats and let them all join in on the conversation. I know we've got Gary, we've got Jimmy B, and we've got my partner in crime, Knipples.
Knips.
Welcome, gentlemen.
You know, you guys miss my Knipples.
Out night, guys.
Hey, buddy. It's good to see you.
Everybody that's here, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So I watched that Cryptos R Us today, and it was it was cringe and embarrassing to listen to Richard, and I thought it was cringe and embarrassing to listen to him fail on every point he tried to point out against Richard.
Oh my God!
Not every. When we're talking about consolidation and centralization of ownership, well, not every company's billionaires, and Wozniak and Jobs didn't have 20%. I'm sorry, how does that disprove what Richard said? Because he was right on point. Those who happen to have a lot of it don't tend to want to destroy what they've built. So
well, they had 50% each.
Yeah.
There was a third partner that got out of Apple, maybe a month into the formation of the company. But, every founder of everything starts at 100% and dilutes themselves. They either dilute themselves because they're going to get startup funding, they're going to get VC funding, they're going to have angel funding or whatever to get their MVP or their minimal viable product going. So this George idiot, wasn't looking at reality. And actually, it was interesting on Twitter. Everybody that goes through the Wayback Machine and Hexologist that highlights that he was saying, "Oh, I don't know if BitConnect's a scam. Maybe BitConnect's not a scam. Maybe they really have a fucking algorithm that's able to trade against fucking market psychology. And then he deletes all of that shit.
Yep.
And he has 400,000 followers, quote unquote followers." Naive fucking plebs, if they're plebs.
Dude, they're all. You listen to you watch the chats, and you're like, these people know shit for all in the chat.
He just puts them through the meat grinder. And again, he does this thing that influencers have been doing for a long time. Everybody remembers fucking Superman. Everybody remembers these kind of people that just, top 5 of the week, and I'm gonna fucking grind you up over the shiny object that you're gonna trade in, trade out of, and get fucking wrecked. And by the way, make sure that you sign up. You can see his first link.
Yeah.
Is go to the margin trading platform.
Dude, he's got a banner of all my affiliate links at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how do you talk with any kind of authority? It's almost like saying, I'm the fucking Pope and I'm going to talk about religion. And by the way, let's talk about the 95 other religions and the atheist and fucking, maybe you're going to reincarnate as a bug. Right. Yeah. What the fuck? There's no sense of not even loyalty, just fucking integrity. No integrity.
Zero integrity. And
he doesn't speak with any kind of authority or knowledge in depth on any subject. And I saw him on Meet Kevin's show, and I was like, Meet Kevin, is this the best you can do, bro? You're a big YouTuber. Is this the best you could find to bring is this the only guy in crypto that would say yes to come onto your show? Because it's sad. It's sad. It really is.
What I dig is that I would put our top 5 streamers up against the top 5 streamers out there, period, in crypto. With our knowledge, our wisdom, our tenacity, everything that we've got, our integrity, all that stuff. We blow those people out of the water. We just don't have the numbers yet because we're the only ones speaking this message. We're the only ones not going, hey, give me your top 5 altcoins and I'll rank them for you today. We're the only ones not doing that bullshit. We're the only ones not focusing on some other coin for the day so that we can show everybody what to trade or all that bullshit. We're not doing that. We've only been focusing on one product, and for one reason, that it's changing crypto. It's changing your mindset. It's getting you away from all the bad shit that's fucking you up out there. These people are hurting you. They are trying to wreck you. They are trying to make you buy this shit that other people want you to buy so they can sell it on your fucking heads. And that's what it's all about. Get the masses to run after Dogecoin so that they could dump it on your damn heads. And that's
what they bought it back before you did. And they're going to dump it on you.
Let me bring
so here's a really big thing. It's not because it's Richard. It's not because it's Hex. It's not because you got in before anybody else. It really has nothing to do with that. When you talk about the principles of crypto, not your keys, not your fucking crypto. When you talk about decentralization, get your shit off of an exchange. Don't leave it on there. Don't suffer the rug pull. Look at the fact that a bridge can be turned off and $8 billion can be locked up and lost forever. Look at Quadriga and all these other examples of people losing their fucking ass because someone, didn't do the multi-sig and had fucking Crohn's and died in Africa, whatever the fucking bullshit story is. and I'm just highlighting that it has nothing to do with Richard, has nothing to do with Hex specifically as a product. It's saying there's a product market fit demand that nothing was fucking filling. Nothing. And the only thing that has filled it is the immutable smart contract of Hex. That is the only thing. And because it was well designed, because it was not just security theater and we're going to have a partnership and buy this hype, so that you can make money before anybody else and dump on all the followers. It has nothing to do with that. The algorithm is awarding you inflation. You are getting awarded inflation. You are the fucking Fed. You want to be a staker, you're going to get a award. If you do not, and you say, oh, I don't like the Fed idea and fucking, dude, every fucking currency, every fucking non-real bushel of apples traded for, some corn and a fucking cow, everything that's not barter economy of stuff that you actually consume for calorie or you shelter yourself or you provide some kind of security, everything that is non-Maslow's needs that's intangible, it operates this way. It has an inflation process. It has a scarcity model. It has a meme basically that's attached to why you're going to hold it versus let it go. And that's exactly what Hex is. Hex fits exactly what crypto was supposed to do 10 years ago.
Yep. 100%. Watching George's video in the chats, ISO Serenity was like, what do you mean it doesn't have a utility when George says there's no utility, no use case for Hex? It's like, what do you mean? It is a CD on the blockchain. It is its use case. It pays you trustlessly without having to give your keys to a centralized exchange and beg and plead, oh, please, please, please give me the interest in my coins that you're holding on for me. Please give those back to me. Please let me have that. No, this does this without having to use those. And the thing that gets really frustrating to me is how stupid are you motherfuckers? Excuse my language, but how stupid are you motherfuckers that you have to use that there's I could hold 90% of the supply and only buy one coin and set the price at whatever I want. Dude, have you guys not seen the liquidity in Uniswap? Because talk about another trustless entity that you can trade trustlessly and get millions of dollars out of the system and barely even touch the Hex price. That's what's freaking crazy about it. So all the arguments that were made just pissing me off, man. I'm just like, how stupid are these motherfuckers? And at what point are the people that are following these stupid asses going to realize that
finance just smack them right in the face and they don't even know it?
Yep.
What's up, King? What's up, Wales?
Hey, King, Wales.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
How's it going, everybody?
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So much is coming down the pipe. You guys don't even get it.
We have and thank you, Gary, for showing the legacy finance and the macroeconomics guys. What is Hex? You guys have no idea what's about to slap this crypto space in the face.
You don't even know. You don't even know, guys. It's getting fucking hot back here, baby. It's getting hot.
You know, man. George you know what's really annoying about this whole fucking CNBC
he does
bullshit?
Look like an Asian George Costanza.
What's that, Wales?
You got all these people, right, with all these views. If the views mattered, they wouldn't be wrecked. I hope everybody understands that, because that's very fucking important. The number of views do not reflect your fucking P&L. Never.
No, it don't.
100%.
Never.
Well said.
Do not get that shit fucking twisted.
Yep.
They could have 1 million motherfucking views over there. Guess what? They're all fucking wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
So the next time somebody wants to placate that bullshit that happened today, you fucking remember that. Because the fact of the matter is that is not a standard. That is just some trash that's passed to people as a fucking standard. The standard is being created right here in front of your face because there isn't one. There's a reason I left crypto back in 2017.
Yep.
And look at what fucking permeated after that. Straight trash, and everybody's seeing it.
Yep.
And you're crazy if you think you have to placate to these clowns. No, it's our fucking field. It's our fucking game. It's our plane. Yep. They don't fucking know it because they don't even know what crypto is.
They don't know it.
They don't have a clue.
No.
And these are the things that Hexicans need to understand, period. This isn't even a debate. This is a fact-sending mission. Okay? I literally came on here to make sure everybody understands this because this is literally like, you guys got to stop. Like, these views are fucking irrelevant. These subs are irrelevant. They don't fucking matter because they're not fucking winning. Look at the scoreboard.
Yep.
Look at the scoreboard.
And all they got to do, what's cool is I don't have to delete any of my shit. My shit's going to be up here for time immortal.
Nobody has to go into a Wayback Machine for us.
Nope. You go look at my first streams and what we were saying, and it's going to all the truth has rang through. True to all of that. We have every prediction, everything that we've said has happened. Everything that we have talked about has
I had a schedule.
And we're even better.
Outperformed what we thought it was going to do.
Faster, better, stronger.
There you go.
Yep.
Fucking, this is the Kanye of fucking Hex, man.
Yep.
Machiavelli, what's up, bro?
With a Daft Punk remix thrown in there.
What's up, Machiavelli? Haven't seen you in a while, brother.
Kanye of crypto.
What up? I'm doing good.
Good, man.
Just love it. Glad to see Gary's alive. I caught that video. It was very spur of the moment or whatever, but it was nice to see him going live. It really, he's going hard in the paint, coming off that that death tip.
Yeah,
He's
like, before I die, I got a message.
Right.
I feel like it was that Captain America thing because, I was fucked up. And then, it's like that little puny guy that goes in and gets a shot in 1940s. And he comes out fucking Chris Evans rock. I was like, God damn, I feel amazing. I need to get that shit one more time because I'll be 200%.
You didn't look like that when we were in that freaking VIP room, bro. I thought you was going to die.
I didn't even get to meet him. I didn't even get to meet him.
Hey, I was looking for you too, but I didn't want to, be around people a lot. So, Hex Monkey, I have to again, publicly, I've been trying to praise this guy. Yeah. One of the nicest, considerate, biologic. Took his own risk factor. Not knowing what I was going through, and took care of me. This guy is an amazing person, human being. I really appreciate this guy, and he, like I said, I was delirious. For sure.
Dude,
and
I thought you were hallucinating at one point. You were sitting there staring off into outer space like,
dude, I was
getting worried.
Hey, I'm telling you that the fighter jet that saw the Tic Tac that had the fucking alien come out of the fucking ocean, that motherfucker was talking to me. That guy was like, hey, dude, we've got a story to tell you about how we've been living underwater in fucking abyss land. I was like, what the fuck? This is really strange.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Thanks, Franklin. Franklin, where the hell you been, man? You better get your ass back in. I haven't seen you for a while, my man.
He just hides out.
He wasn't in Vegas, that's for sure.
He wasn't in Vegas.
I think
a troll and not a face on Discord anymore.
We need to get Franklin on the show because this guy, I think he can be a mover shaker, dude. I think he
could be. He's trying to get him on the show. The Hex Dream show needs to be a reality like 18 months ago, brah. Where you at?
He's just got some shit going on.
Now that we've got some money behind us, I mean, I've always had money, but the risk profile to put it on some of these things like these videographers and SEO, Max, these people that their day-to-day profession, the way that they're becoming successful is they're understanding the algorithm stuff. Yeah. We have been fucking around with our stream and maybe we should put some keywords in the, in the thing. But these guys that deal with this professionally all the time and they're getting the funnel of, new views. I think we're about to fucking really become viral.
So let me speak to that real quick. And Captain, if you don't mind me kind of announcing the news, these guys that are working with these big names, these macroeconomic guys, we had a meeting with them yesterday and we've decided to move forward as an entity to hire these guys. So any of these super chats, anything you guys want to give us outside of the super chats, you guys just reach out to us individually. For every $1 you give us, I almost guarantee there's going to be a 10x return on it in the future with more eyes seeing Hex and Pulse. Because these are true professionals that we're about to hire. So if you guys want to contribute to the cause, by all means, let us know. This could be 100,000 subs channel before the end of the year. Not even kidding.
Yeah,
like these are
on multiple platforms, not just on this platform.
Not just this platform. And the guys, these macroeconomic guys that blew up huge channels, these guys have worked for them. They have quite a portfolio.
Oh, someone's got a question for you, KNTX. I just thought I'd throw this out there real quick and let you know there's somebody asking about something.
What is that? What could it be?
Where is the kayak at? Is that guy? Is that what he did? Did he like row over from Malaysia? Is that where we're getting our shirts from?
He
but
may
high quality,
or may
right?
not be in the
There's no boat clogging up the ports anymore.
No, it's a kayak.
Yeah,
He's towing a kayak with a pallet behind him across the Pacific Ocean.
They had to
Forward,
rate-
guys.
255-gallon barrels and a fucking a duck floaty.
They had to raise the alpacas from wee things to be large enough to be sheared, to be fucking loomed into, existence as a t-shirt, man.
So yeah, if the kayak didn't sink, it's still on its way. There's not great cell reception in the middle of the Pacific, so he had it. Fortunately, it was a hemp rope, not a cotton rope, so hopefully it doesn't degrade before it gets here. But his kayak is literally towing a pallet of shirts on the way over right now.
I want to address this. So there's a difference in buying subs and actually creating content that draws funnels in from outside communities. And that's what we're doing. We're actually building funnels that are going to reach out to outside, because we've done a real good job of soundboarding and developing a community from within the Hex community. I mean, everybody here is loyal Hexicans and is friends of the show and is friends of the network and everybody that streams on it. So we've done a great job organically from within. But it's time for us to reach out and start to now that things are changing, now that the armor is cracking out there and we're starting to see a shift. This is the time to strike, guys. This is that moment where we've all got to come together and get out there and get the message out, because once we do, that's the viral event. Look, Richard's already gaining ground. Nicole's been gaining ground. The network here and everybody streaming has been gaining ground. Look at how fast Wales's streams have been growing in popularity. All of this stuff is booming. Gary's getting out there and rubbing elbows with Kiyosaki's and all the other big names out in the finance world. It's happening, guys, and people are starting to listen to us and people are starting to watch it, because now Hex is maturing. We're maturing, and it's no longer. It has to be looked at. It's not a scam anymore. They have to look at it. They got to realize that there is something here, and there's a method to all of Richard's madness. And you got to understand, they're just starting to scratch the surface of it and look underneath all the stuff that they overlooked before. And they're coming. They're coming.
2 words, and I've been saying them since day one. No fucking choice, gentlemen.
That's right.
And ladies. No fucking choice. You want to know why?
Choice.
And you can, and Gary, you can chime in here if you like. And KNTX, you work in insurance, you can chime in as well. There is nowhere that you are going to find 10, 12, 25, 37% risk-free in a compounding manner, such that we're just talking about in the form that you're receiving it, not what the actual end pay is going to be if you decide to convert the Hex to crap.
To crap. To fiat crap.
Like, there's just nowhere to go. I'm sorry. Like I understand you want to be fair to other projects and shit, and that's cute. But here's a problem. Here's a problem. Here's a serious problem. There's only one crypto. Don't get it confused, and make sure you don't forget it, because you will look like a clown. And I'm gonna make sure you do, because there's a major. This is serious. This is a time in history where it fucking matters. This isn't a time to be playing games anymore. This isn't 2008. This isn't 2009. This is no longer a fucking experiment. This is now a fight for our futures, because guess what? These governments are going to come in here and they're going to throw their trash at you. And they're going to try to trick you into using it, into thinking it's useful. And we
I've got
already
a
know
question
it's
for
not.
you.
What's
I've
up?
got a question for you, Wales. And maybe this is something you have looked at, or maybe you should look at. Maybe it's irrelevant. I don't know, but I think it is.
We'll see.
So 10% of the pool is staked. We've got about a 10%, 9-10%. We're about to see a big reduction in the circulating supply of hex with the sacrifice. We've already got a reduction in the supply of hex because of the OA and its ownership. So the circulating supply is very, very low, and there's a limited amount of supply that's going to be coming out from the staker class, and that's always going to be a variable. We're never going to know how much exactly is going to come out, but I think that my analysis of stakers unstaking are going to realize the value of those shares and not want to cash out as much or as often as they'd like to, because who wants to get rid of the gift horse if they could survive off of smaller portions of the interest, or do what they want with smaller portions of the interest? You know, who would just liquidate and get rid of the golden goose? So I think that's a factor that's going to keep, you know, the hex churning into the staker class. But my question is this: what is the math on what the possibilities of the interest rate never going below, to be honest, because there won't be enough circulating supply to actually stake to drive it down any lower?
That's a good point.
What could that be? Because
I think
that's going to
APY
be
is
the
gonna
sell
go.
point. That's going to be the selling point for the rest of the world.
And you know,
Because once we figure that number out, it's like it's almost guaranteed to be a 28, 29, 35, 40% interest rate. At some point, there's going to be a number that we can actually say, hey, it's not ever going to go below this.
yeah, it's an interesting question, right? Because it's really, in a sense, philosophical to a degree, because you can't determine what the market is going to do, especially when a centralized entity is so invested in maintaining that supply in such a limited fashion. So it would have to be a combination of things. What's going on, Crypto Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid. So I have something to say to that. So
Sure.
I've been thinking about this and pondering quite a bit that, you know, as people
It's
sacrifice,
I think
and
about
less,
a lot because of the sacrifices. Why I'm
Yes,
thinking about it so much
exactly,
lately.
because we don't know what's going to happen exactly, but Hex is going to be more scarce on both chains than anyone imagines right now.
Correct.
And if that Hex isn't getting staked and new stakes are costing a lot more per T-share, your T-share rate is going to go down over time, causing your APY to go up.
Correct.
The amount of T-shares in the system, I'm sorry.
I think that you guys are going to be surprised, even if you have like optimistic view about parity, about how quickly potentially that the PRC hex matches the ERC hex.
I think you're right
in dollar value, because
I don't think it's going to take long. Honestly,
I don't think so
that's
either.
what I'm saying is the moment that sacrifice recipients have some form of, you know, the utility token or whatever,
Right.
I think that there's going to be a massive buy up of that even further limited supply. Like you said, you know, if you're sacrificing before the fork, that means that, you know, after the fork on the other side, there's still less supply. There's just less available supply. And, you know, the first rush, you know, whether there's a bridge to fiat or not, or a bridge over to Ethereum's network or not, immediately, I think the first rush is going to be, I need to get T-shares while they're pennies, while they're pennies versus, you know, $1,800.
Yep.
Well, can I speak to that real quick, Gary?
Sure.
Yeah, so like there's a couple different models that I don't think a lot of people are taking a look at. The sacrifice plays takes these coins off the market. Well, then that snapshot happens, and then the P-Hex or phone Hex, because it's going to be so simple to use Staker app to actually use to send instant transfers of value. But the circulating supply gets increased, but it gets sacrificed first before the increase. So it's a nominal difference between the increase of P-Hex versus what E-Hex is going to do. But then you have the insane ideals that you don't stick all your beta fish in one bowl and let them fight. No, you have one fighter and then one champion, and that's how you have gladiatorial matches. The difference is that the economic mass of the people that actually own Pulse are all Hexicans. So the amount of value that will buy that T-share value up quicker is going to be insane, because basically the system substrate has been copied over. So you basically have Hex on training wheels. They don't have to go through all the FUD. They don't have to go through all the nonsense. And fortunately, all the Hexicans now have economic mass to do what they did the first time without guessing on it. So we know exactly what it's going to do. The same T-share rate comes over. It's just you get it cheaper, so you get to roll back 8 months. That's it. But
it catches up.
So the people that were
hold on a second. Let me welcome Kareem. Kareem, welcome.
Everybody. Shout out to RG. He asked such a great question. I was like, I gotta hop in.
That was a good question, right?
Gary.
Wait. So hold on, Kareem. I gotta say something. It was a pleasure meeting you, man. It really was. Yes. I've given you a lot of shit on stream, but you are a motor mouth motherfucker on stream. But man, you are cool breeze.
Yo, hold on. Let's talk about that. I was telling people this shit, and they didn't believe me. He's low energy in person.
He's low energy, cool breeze.
Yeah, he's
got swagger like fucking 50 Cent, man.
That boy is floating in real time.
Even in my delirium, I was in awe. I was like,
crazy, dude. Copies for closers, right? Kareem just be like, I'm chilling now. We ain't closing right now.
Gary's delirium. Kareem was doing the moonwalk, and Gary thought he was actually on the moon. He was like, this motherfucker's an astronaut, bro.
That's some shit.
But so welcome, Kareem, and it's good to see you since then. But man, you look great, and you're a great dude, man. I appreciate it.
I wanted to speak real quick to what Crypto Kool-Aid was just saying. The Hex on training wheels, going into the abyss of, is this going to be another scam thing? Even though Richard speaks a great game in 2019, now we have economic mass, and the economic mass is being sacrificed. A lot of us are putting significant, dollar value into acquiring as much Hex and being part of the sacrifice set as we possibly can. And when you talk about, hey, magic in a bottle can be, I'm going to have this utility token of this, this primary network of Pulse, and I'm going to try to hold on to that as much as I can. But when I do, go after the quote unquote shiny object of being a VC, like Three Arrow Capital and people like that, and they say, hey, I've got a lot of Ethereum, now I need to be VC in order to exit out and into cash on these other things. You effectively can do that, but I think, almost everyone is going to be shocked over how much actually goes into P-Hex to acquire T-Share, to lock up for 15 years and improve even better that narrative, because of Hex has value across all chains. Now, what's interesting is how many of us participated in Big Payday? How many of us sat through, hey, you might double your bag, you might triple your bag, maybe that's going to be 3x on your dollar value because you're going to go BPT. And then, we suffered this FUD from the outsider that didn't even own a fucking Hex, but they wanted to make all this commentary that, oh, they only got fucking 30% more on their money. They only got 30% more fucking Hex than they had before. 30% of your bag from November of 20 or whenever it was, 30% of your mag is millions, tens of millions of dollars for a lot of people. And so 30% of your bag, that now you're saying, hey, this magic in a bottle that happened for us, that Richard created fucking hundreds of fucking millionaires, and that are able to exit, significant amounts into this trash fiat to pay fucking bills and pay for videographers and get this message out to SEO people and shit like that. What I'm saying is you're going to be fucking rocked over how quickly the quote unquote big payday of your 30% payout becomes your doubling or tripling of your bags, because your P-Hex is going to match and parity your E-Hex.
Yep.
100%.
I want to go back to.
Go ahead.
Hey, can I jump in real quick? I want to go back to what the captain was saying about the interest rate. Where will it land? I mean, we got to take into account, will there be more investors like the Overwatch partners that cannot stake So we got to take that into account that there may be some more institutional investors that are not able to stake. So that might keep the interest rate high too as well.
I got a question.
So again, these guys that are playing the big game because they are the whale of the moment, right? And they are staying liquid. It's a time game. Your time game as a staker is that everybody else is not getting inflation and they are being diluted. Whether they want to perceive it or not, they are being diluted, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, inflation, hyperinflation, the cost of your groceries going up, the cost of your gas goes up because you're not in a commodity, you're not in a tangible asset that's also going up. You're just basically spending down your purchasing power by staying liquid. And so even though there may be billions, that fucking Overwatch or his partners or whatever fucking derive, if they don't play the staking game, long term, you will win. Long term, you will win in that competition of who's going to have the ultimate advantage long term, right? So the short term sell out that stays liquid, sells out whenever the market justifies exiting its $1 and becoming another billionaire 2 times or 3 times over. That's all fine and good. There's going to be plenty of people that are made billionaires out of Hex, both versions of Hex. And there's going to be a lot of people that have gone from their $20,000 stake of today that become worth tens of millions of dollars.
Yes. Well, the thing is that people need to remember is Hex is Hex is Hex, right? Even the fork is the exact same system substrate. Again, It's the same damn thing on training wheels, but it's actually built in an economic vacuum that favors it. Now, before this happens, with the sacrifice phase of all those funds coming offline and being sacrificed, which goes possibly towards Hex scale or something that actually takes this economic mass to the financial market and plays with legacy finance on their own turf. Difference is that we have the economic mass of crypto behind us for Richard to even play in that game. It is really the trifecta of realizing that Hex is Hex is Hex. It's the same fucking economic model. It's just the people in P Hex have the opportunity to take the training wheels that we didn't have, go back in time and buy that supply. But guess what? The people who have the Hex supply are Hexicans. Do you think that we are going to sell? No, we are buying. So inherently, the volume just compresses in on itself. The coil ratchets tighter. And it's all the Hex IP.
So let's take the 20,000 people in the Hex chat on Telegram, and let's take George's 400,000 people that are subscribers.
Such an idiot.
Out of something that has 8x less amount of subscribers to it, how many more multitude of millionaires do you think Hex has made because of that economic mechanism that Crypto Kool-Aid's just talking about?
Not only
probably
that,
a factor of 10.
So it's the same bonding curve of us being educated, principled people from all walks of life. We have cuts of cloth across the board with us, and we are teaching people how an everyday man can invest in an economic model that will teach you to do better things. And it just happens to be getting rich, which isn't a bad thing. But you can use that and look at how all of you all that are early super investors are now changing your market model on how you want to funnel your energy and your ideals and your knowledge and your sharing into growing as an opportunity as a whole. Once it goes viral, it's game over. But economically, once the T-shares find parity between each other, because the T-shares, it's just a money printer. It's just maybe you get one that's a little bit faster right now, but gets a little bit slower later, but they all catch up to each other. And then that economic model is branded to the masses. It's game over. Period.
It's like that. It's like that scene where Leonidas or whatever is meeting this other group of people, and he says, Spartans, what is your profession? And they're like, oh, right. And it's not even that these other guys are potters and bakers and fucking farmers and shit. They're all fucking tulip fucking growers. They do not understand the market that they're participating in, and they go after shiny object. And so you have somebody like George that influences people, whether it's 400,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 views or whatever it is that he influences, and they're all fucking tulip growers. They're all fucking degenerates that are just going to look at the next top 5 that comes out next week and fucking chase that and lose all their money.
Well, here's the scary thing, Gary. Is
hold on. Kareem, please go ahead. Kareem's been trying to say. Say something, please.
All right, so a couple of things, because I want to go back to that question, because that's really good. So there's a couple of quick math here I want people to understand. So, and I wouldn't say the big well, right, because I'm in training. It's not like they're not staking. They're just doing shorter stakes. You guys need to remember, after 150 million hex, you get a 10% bonus. So all they got to do is do a strategy where they stake short enough compared to us, whatever, where the 10% bonus compensate for the inflation, and they serve an important mechanism, just like the OA, to help for the market cap and the visibility. And as the price goes higher and higher, they can sell a little bit, get themselves diluted, just like a big company, you know, in the beginning, right? Steve Jobs owned 100%. Over time, as it grows, you own less and less and less, right? As more people come in. So that's a natural function of the system. The key is, do you understand that and take advantage? Do you understand what Gary was talking about, the opportunity cost? Because you will not have forever 40% APY, especially paid in hex. There's going to come a time where, because of the bond math, as the price goes higher and higher, your yield in hex terms is going to go down. Your dollar amount is going to continue to go up like crazy.
If there's more people staking.
Exactly.
That's with an assumption more people are staking, or a higher percentage of the coin supply is staked.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's keeping up with the Jones. I mean, you can only look at your neighbor accelerating their life and their gain and their, you know, their stack of hex for so long before you got to say, hey, I've got to play this fucking staking game because everybody else is.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, it's the economic mass of the stake is what matters.
Yeah, but if everybody has sacrificed their hex for Pulse, then what is the chance that even a higher percentage of the coin amount that is already staked can go higher than this? I don't see it going more of the coins being staked than what is or percentage of the system.
Yeah, but the people that are doing stake, that are doing sacrifice, they're only sacrificing what's liquid. If they've been Hexican 2019, 20, 6 months ago, or whatever, the whole narrative of people like Kareem and saying, hey, you need to put your dream account out there. You're fucking 28 years old. You're going to have 15 years of working history. And so you're not finding that there's that much liquid that's even going to go into the sacrifice set. And so the sacrifice set will get awarded a lion's share of all of the coin that's available, man.
All right, so a couple of things. This is very important. And this goes back to the earliest stream that I ever had, okay? Because it's understanding the math in terms of what the long term is going to do. We're going to just have a lot of dead counts bounce along the way, but the path is clear. Because the hidden fundamental is the T-share. As the T-share ratchet up like a boogeyman, the T-share is going to require more hex for that T-share to be generated. So that's another hidden mechanism that's going to suck as a vacuum, like Wells talk about. If you want that same T-share, you're going to have to exponentially spend more hex. That's going to suck things out of circulation. Adoption is going to come in because this is what we're here and we love what we do, and it's a great product. So, of course, great product with a little bit of traction always get adoption. So when you factor that plus the people taking profit at the top, what's going to happen is the overall, people always get that confused, the overall system yield is going to go down. There's a reason why some people don't get 60% API anymore. But that doesn't mean the people who are inside the system already staking long-term are actually going to gobble from the inside. So I'm going to say it again very slow because people don't understand. There's two pies here. There's the big pie macro, which is going to trend deflationary, yield's going to go down, bond math. And then those who are inside already the pie are going to start increasing their size if they play the system the way it's supposed to be by staking longer. This is what I did in order to be able to catch up, although I was late to then become Super Shark, right? Because I had to gobble from the inside because you can't stop the system from doing what it's supposed to do, which is that deflationary action, because that's how you mimic the compounding. So it's just a matter of how fast we get there. The faster the adoption, the faster we're going to get there. If the adoption is a little slow, that's okay. It might take a couple more years, but we're going to get there. The same way some of us thought we'll be where we are today, maybe 2 years from now. But we got there faster, which means not only it's working, but it's working even fast. So if you haven't made your plans yet long term, again, it's not about you, it's about building wealth. Make sure you protect yourself before you feel sorry for yourself 2-3 years from now. So those are the two mechanisms. But the path is clear because the T-share will make it so.
Correct.
If anything in sins would fucking put me back to being a 30-year-old guy doing 15-year stakes and double and a second 15-year-old stake, I would fucking give anything.
Gary, I got you. When the new
Me
system
and
comes
RG3 and a couple of us are like, hey man, I need to do this shit while I still got knees, while I still fucking got wind in my fucking lungs. Yeah, I'm jealous of all you motherfuckers. I have to be telling you, I'm very jealous.
When the new sticker app product comes out, shout out to Firebomb Killer Dev. You guys gonna be loving that because you're gonna be able to buy 15-year t-shirts with a little optionality. It's gonna be like the bond market. So just be patient. It's coming. It's coming.
That's why I'm saying like PX is phone hex, right? Sticker app is just gonna take over like the ideology on how people use and access that.
A lot of what we're talking about, we don't know for sure. There's a lot of speculation, and I think it's good game theory. I think this is good for us to have these war games where we look at all these different angles. I respectfully disagree with what you just said, Kareem. Unless the OA sells to a legacy market, an OTC over the desk, over the counter trade to something like Hex Scale, and then they start staking, then I see a drastic reduction in our APY, because now a huge percentage of the coin supply is going to be staked for long periods of time. So
correct, and that's why I was talking about earlier.
I think even though everyone thinks that they don't like government, Richard actually has been more, regulatory. SEC is trying to do good things. They're trying to keep people from being harmed. So versus a third party, money bags that's got trash fucking, billions of dollars to buy into Hex OTC from OA. This might be a stable coin. This might be a Fed, government, transfer to basically they're not even looking really for yield. They're just looking for a stable economic engine that replaces dollar. That's a grand pie in the sky fucking thing as far as what Hex might be. But I'm just saying, if you're going to look at, municipalities, cities, townships, things like that, they all have to have 6%, 7% bond yield in order to provide the pensions and things like that entice the labor pool to keep a city going. So you can find something like Stockton, California, Bellflower, California. You can find a Detroit that says, hey, we need to put a few billion trash dollars into something that has yield. Everybody's looking for up and to the right. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is, if it's an individual or if it's a government.
Well, the first time I stepped on Discourse Syndicate, Captain threw the link it was back in March of 2020. And he said, anyone think there's a real use case in the real world in legacy finance for Hex? And I came on and I said, these life insurance companies have to have yield. They have requirement. They have legal requirement to find that yield.
That's the only reason I was even able to put my name on any of this shit.
Or insurance. Talked about this in the green room after my stream yesterday morning. We talked about this, exactly this, that life insurance companies can afford to throw billions of dollars into something like this that will guarantee some kind of return. And as long as it goes over 3%, they're happy.
They're set.
Anything over 3% is a guarantee for them.
They almost never sell. They just literally need that thing to go up.
Never sell. Answer your question. Hold on, Kareem. Hold on. Before we even move from that point, not only do they not ever sell, the bullshit they put their money in is forever. 30-year paper, 10-year paper that's trash.
Overpriced rental
100-year paper that they're never gonna fucking see a cent back on.
It basically just enables the narrative that people buy shares in that entity. The narrative is the same thing as Grayscale. We're going to buy Bitcoin. We're never going to sell. And so you see premium and you see yield and you say participants in the marketplace and say, well, I don't know about that crypto thing, but I think I'm going to buy this share that kind of represents the same kind of paper version. You're going to see the same thing. And whether it's OA that says, hey, by legal decree, by contract, by, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you if you do this thing. There's all kinds of people that donate land. They're 100 billionaires that donate, and they say, I'm going to give this land as long as you only use it for this purpose. And by contract, they have to do that. If they do something that's different and they say, hey, we're going to commercialize this property and we're going to make money off of it because we're going to put a bunch of fucking hotels, they will get the ass sued off of them and they will go fucking broke. So an OA that sells OTC to an entity is going to have that guarantee. They're going to say, you can only do this with it. You cannot do anything else with it.
Great point.
And this is the reason why, for me, the OA is just like bonus on top, because, you know, I try not to speculate what it's going to do, but it's going to be something similar to that, because in my head, those coins are dead. When I did the latest math, it's literally like borderline like 87, almost 90%. And then when I look at what's stake and what's liquid and after sacrifice, when I ran the math like 3 times. Guys, we're looking at literally 1.5%. If about 2% circulation gets sacrificed, we're looking at about a 1.5% liquid that's going to be there. Copy, yes, on both chains, but it's still 1.5%. So in my head, remember I told you from the get-go, it's just your functional APY. Too much people stake, always going to unstake some of that stakes that it still has connected. If not enough, it's going to stake. Why? Because we can't allow to give people 60% APY. It's going to hurt the bond math. So it's just a ladder. It's just a mechanism. So to me, whatever they do with the money, I just know that it's not going to harm the price. That to me is bonus. Now, based on what's left, this is why I'm saying there's new mechanism that's going to come in. Those new product, whether it is XBay, what Staker app is coming up with, those new product are actually going to suck up that 1.5 that's left.
Correct.
And then people like Gary, for example, that wanted to do maybe more 15-year stake, but, you know, due to the mechanics, maybe I'm a little bit reluctant.
Biology, I'm fucking old.
By the way, and that's fine. And that's fine. So I'll be the one coming in. I'll put maybe 10 million hex in that thing, do a 15-year stake, get three-time discount on the t-share price. Hey. And I say, Gary, t-share right now is 19,000 hex.
When I'm in my 60s, I just need to have a lot of billionaire friends. I don't have to be
exactly.
That's true.
Gary,
that's true.
Gary, the market says it's 20,000 hex per t-share right now, but your good friend Cream give it to you for 12,000 hex. All right, come and get it. That's it. All I want is locked hex. That's all I want to do. So whatever mechanism comes in, and me and a couple people.
So let me make a comment real quick. Yeah. How inevitable is it that it's 10,000x? How inevitable is it that it's 100,000x? How inevitable is it that it's $1,000,000x?
That's a good point.
It's inevitable because you do have a shrinking supply that is one. The fucking ego of Richard is definitely this thing is definitely going to go 10,000x. There's it's absolutely inevitable. And then to fucking rub it in the noses of fucking people that have been haters.
Everybody.
Don't you think that a 10,000x? Yeah, we can talk about that for a while, but don't you think 100,000x sounds really nice? I think
Richard ain't going to be happy until we've all got freaking $8 million watch collections, right? Or $9 million watch collections
with jets on the side and shit.
It's like hopping on the car on autopilot, destination already fixed, and it's just a matter of are we doing speed limit or are we gonna just go 100 miles an hour?
Right. So when I sacrifice, and again, a lot of people might be putting other crypto, they're putting real estate. I have like $2.2 million worth of real estate that's coming out in cash, probably in the next 60 days, right? And that, as much as I can, if I can't get it in sacrifice time, it's going to be pushing the price up on PHEX. It's going to be participating in the PHEX movement. Now, when you talk about parity and you say, hey, this is what's happening on EHEX. Hey, you know, that shrinking supply means that the number is going to go up and maybe it goes 10,000x. And then the narrative and psychology of participants in this marketplace and the new ones that come on board is, hey, parity looks like it might work. So if you have a climbing EHEX and you have a trying to catch up with PHEX dollar value, you're going to see this fucking shit go crazy. Yeah. Now, what I'm saying is I am sacrificing hex. There is hex that's going to be sacrificed for Pulse. Why am I doing that? Yes, I like the utility token of Pulse. Yes, I think that that's probably going to do quite well. It'll 50x, 100x, it'll go 1,000x. I think that that'll be quite well. But no, I just want fucking purchasing power of PHEX. Yeah. I want purchasing power to move the T-share price. I want purchasing power to fucking dominate as much as I can in this scarce supply model. And, you know, 10,000x on one side, 10,000x on the other side, 100,000x on one side, 100,000x on the other side. You're going to see this competition of the 4-minute mile. Who's going to get there first? You know, which side of what blockchain is going to get first? And just like Richard says, I would like to see hex expensive everywhere. You're going to fucking see that. You are going to fucking see that.
And guess what's going to happen, Gary? The bridge, which is Pulse, has to be the economic mass to move that weight. And as those economic weights move and like push themselves up forward, that's where it gets scary on how fast it all ratchets up. So like once it's a snowball thing. Like boom, once it's done, like see ya. And if you have, and here's the funny thing, right? People talk about, like, let's say eHex being $100,000 to unstake. Keep gas in your wallet as you get wealthier. That it's a no-brainer, right? So, like, it's never going to cost more than 0.2 ETH to unstake a stake. And obviously, you're going to sell some profits when you get that stake. So refill your bag. Play your wallet like a character. Look on what you need to actually grow said volume and mass. And realistically, it's the community that pushes Hex forward. And now this community has economic mass that gets to use Hex on training wheels, that gets to actually push even a network narrative to teach people how to do better with their life and show proof that an everyday person can do it. I mean, like, I just sponsored another, like, I've got like 7 kids I've been sponsoring. And like when they turn 18, college paid for, card paid for, all the rest
I got
of that.
4 more if you want to add them to the list. If you need 4 more kids,
you can do your own. I'm up for adoption. Adopt me.
Y'all can do your own. But it's just my damn no coiners that won't listen. But if you just do a little bit now.
T-shares.
Like,
thanks, Hex.
Yeah, but like putting T-shares into people that don't understand it yet, but will. That's a really gift that no one sees to the future, right? You know what I mean? Is paying people in their future self is great, but paying themselves knowledge, which is the tricky thing, right? The most expensive token is to know that you want to learn about this and grow in it.
So Richard has highlighted in multiple streams recently and pointing out the obvious that people, kind of ignore, and they don't really, even the influencer group that he talked to recently or whatever. I'm really excited about next week whenever Rand talks to him, and it's going to be about Hex. That's going to be a fucking, you're going to see price movement by far. So anyway, so it really wasn't a Hex centric. It wasn't really a promo shill fest or anything like that. And, these guys, Elio trades and things like that, they're saying things that aren't hateful like they used to be. And there are like, hey, I need to, even though this guy's a narcissist and he fucking got $1 million watches and shit like that, and he's rubbing it in my face about the fact that I've been wrong for so fucking long, they're still having to recognize reality and say, sooner or later, I got to say that 2000X is a 2000X, right? Sooner or later, I've got to recognize and bow to the fact that it's the best performing chart. It's the best performing product, 2020 going into 2021. And nothing is fucking close. Now, what I'm trying to highlight is Richard's been pointing out that these systems are reflexive. These systems are reflexive. When people see FOMO and they talk about FOMO, it's reflexive. When people say, I got punched in the nose and it starts to become FUD and that becomes sell down pressure, it's reflexive. Now, what do you think would happen when people sacrifice and they reflexively, they have pulse and purchasing power and your utility network? And then they reflexively buy into Hex. And reflexively, they see, hey, my T-share number is going from nothing as far as penny dollar value equivalent to, oh my God, this shit might go to 1,800 again. $2,000, $5,000 for a fucking T-share. You're going to see reflexive hyper performance that you have not seen in any other system.
And the value of your daily payout will also go up reflexively, right? And I made the stream about this many times. Why I used to pay you maybe $5 a day, then it's $20 a day, then it's $100 a day, then it's because you never sold. That means everything up to that point is worth that much. So that reflexivity is very, very powerful. And a couple of Easter eggs, which is cool, and this is what Sticker App is going to be doing, which is great, is just by showing the display where you can log in and literally see your PX and your EX and combine, kind of like a stock split. So when it eventually meets parity, I was giving an example. Let's say we sacrifice and then it's 8 cents, whatever. 8 cents times 2. Now your portfolio is valued at 16 cents. So you're going to be able to see both sides. You're going to be able to see where one side got a discount versus the other side. So all of that is going to help with the mental psyche and continue to push the price up as the scarcity kicks in even more, because less and less tokens are in the circulation. And one more Easter egg, me and a couple of people, we're literally buying Hex just to also put it on the side so we can use it for the future product that we're talking about, because again, that's going to be paid in Hex. So it's just great. We're just sucking liquidity out.
Don't tell everyone about our plans, Kareem.
Well, we told you there's a permanent bid. We just put limit orders and then we wait.
it's reflexive exponential. I mean, everything else has been kind of a linear analog version. The potential to take Hex, roll it into PulseChain, have purchasing power, move the market price, move the sentiment of the participants. That I know at least $3 million of people that have never bought a Hex ever. and they are buying Pulse. And they might play that, try to corner other liquidity pool, AMM stuff on the network. And, maybe I'm going to get a NFT and maybe that market's going to move. Maybe they're going to do some stupid bullshit. But the majority of the Pulse utility token is going to be owned by Hexicans. And these Hexicans are having lifestyle changes. They're having say, hey, that fucking dopamine hit that fucking put me in a nice fucking mansion, gave me a fancy car, gives me the flexibility to tell, my employer fuck off. You're going to see this hyper reflexivity.
Yep.
And
I just saw something interesting from the whale chat or the whale bot, and it said that somebody actually staked 750,000 hex, and it was
dollar.
Oh, I'm sorry, dollars. $750,000.
I retweet that.
And it was only 1,500 T shares.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
And I say only because I have unit bias, but I mean that's the going rate today. But it just seems so
on a 555, like the maximum you can get.
Yeah, and it was at a 15-year stake too. So it just looking at it,
and
that's only a year and a half in. That's only a year and a half in. Wait till year 5. Wait till year 5.
Jeez.
It's going to be sick.
Just to put in perspective, there was a day where to get that 1,500 stake and 1,500 T-share on a 15-year stake, like even before Big Betty, like you're looking at least 30, 50 grand, and then now you need literally almost $1 million. That's just to show you again how valuable those T-shares are. And then especially because I talked to a lot of people obviously to the onboard, but Cream, I only have 10 T-shares. I'm like, dude, you don't understand that 10 T-share. I looked at it, I told him, can't end up paying you more than your annual salary 10, 15 years from now. I need you to understand. That's what we do. That's what's called the dream account. That's why later on, hopefully when we get more fancy cool tool where we can start naming a stake, that'll be even better for people to visualize. Because when they see it, like
So you guys,
this is
I'm gonna talk
this guy real quick. I just want that. There's a reason I have this comment up on stream. The guy that RG3 is talking about right now, he only has 9 million hex, and he is still a squid. That is how expensive T-shares have gotten, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And squid of the next millionaire.
Squid.
So I'm going to talk about. So I'm scheduled for a stream on Sunday. I'm going to be on the network and stuff like that. I'm going to have my good friend Kenman. We're going to talk for about 2-3 hours. And
love that guy, by the way.
He's an amazing guy. I mean, you guys, I've known him 7 years. He found me through YouTube. I got him a couple $100,000. Basically when I was doing all the funding stuff in my accelerator. So, and he just found me through YouTube, and we've been very close friends. I mean, extremely close friends for a long time. But anyways, so what I'm going to be doing, one is I'm going to be stepping up the influencer game. I'm going to be talking with these macroeconomics people. I'm probably going to be on stage. I am one of the founding members of this brain trust, finance trust with billionaires. So I'm going to be stepping up the public thing. I was retired before crypto. Nice. I stepped back and stuff like that. But, just like people coming out of retirement when they see something that's worthwhile, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing the macro thing and putting Hex in front of people that, have wherewithal. And right now, the narrative meme for them is Bitcoin. But, Kiyosaki will convert because it's all about principle. He always talks about don't sell your principal, only sell your interest. I mean, the narrative that Hex represents fits exactly the people of influence inside these macroeconomic kind of financial market commentators. So I'm going to be stepping that up. The other thing is, I know enough about the real estate game. I know enough about, the entity protection, about liability, about taxation, things like that. So, and Kenman and I are going to be basically building out this, fit and fresh, a lot of guys that are 25 years old, 35 years old, they're single, they're looking for a lifestyle upgrade. They can either go out and spend their own money, which they convert out of crypto and Hex, and they convert into trash dollars, and then they got to buy a house and a Lamborghini and shit. Or they could be part owner in LLC of a portfolio of real estate. And that portfolio of real estate, the moment that you basically are part of the LLC, then we are going to extract the equity back out of the real estate that's been bought from the the network buys, the LLC entities buy. So we may commit to property and say, hey, it's a cash purchase. And maybe it is temporarily crypto that becomes cash long enough to have secure on title. Once we have secure on title, probably within at the most 3 months, your rent rolls, whether it's, and I'm not talking about like the general public. I'm talking about entrepreneurial startup, people that are looking for VC money on their new idea and app. That's the world that I was dealing with before crypto ever came into my life. But what I'm going to be doing with Kinman is basically lifestyle improvement, 25-year-olds that don't know what the fuck they're doing with their millions of dollars that they made. And I'm going to be helping to coach these guys to be basically owners of things that pay them.
Yeah,
the things that pay them. Now, the moment that they have crypto, it converts into dollar, it converts into title on real estate network. We're going to be doing stuff in Miami. It's going to be, it's going to be a place that has like 6-7 car parking spot, Lamborghinis and fucking Ferraris and shit like that, where guys come and they're gonna step into that Instagram life. They're gonna have fucking pool. Right. And when they have fucking pool, it's just going to amplify the message broadcast that Hex is fucking life changing. Right. Now, the moment that they have, if they buy into LLC, they buy into it versus just some kind of membership or just rent a kind of lease economy. If they actually become owners inside of this network that we're going to basically develop with other guys that are Hexicans here, especially, then I'm going to teach them, I'm going to show them how you pull out maybe 95% of the value, and you're forcing up the value of the real estate based on the tenant rent roll. So you can increase the value of the property without ever putting a new kitchen, ever adding square footage, ever changing shit, but you have increased the rent roll. And so banks will lend above what your purchasing price was 3 months, 8 months, 8 months ago.
Like a nice
you will
refi.
lend against it, and then you will have cash. And what the fuck should you do with that cash? You should put it right back in fucking Hex.
Yep.
You should stake it for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and let the real estate pay for your lifestyle. Let the overflow and profit and the depreciation and your tax strategy fucking pay for the lifestyle that you want to live, the access to a network of fucking baller ass, Kobe Bryant should live here kind of shit. And then, you live the lifestyle, you have ownership
stacking
and equity,
Hex.
and you're stacking fucking Hex, and it's going into your long-term plan. And you have the confidence to say, I was fucking around with this Hex thing, and I bought and I staked for a year, 2 years. I didn't know if it was going to blow up or if it was going to fall or if it's going to fail. And now I'm restaking. Okay, just for 2 or 3 months, come out in cash, participate, buy real estate with us as a network. You will have equity because you'll have ownership seat in LLCs that control these real estate properties. We will extract all of the fucking equity as we can that banks will lend against back to us. It'll go back as debt. It's debt. It's not fucking profit. So it's not taxable that your equity that's coming out, your equity price is coming out in a long-term loan, 10 to 30-year mortgage. You are effectively shorting the dollar. You are shorting the dollar when you have a long-term mortgage, 2% or 3%. You are shorting the dollar. And so you can have ownership and control of real estate that, and then pull your equity back out in the form of dollar that goes right back into Hex in a long-term stake. You're going to see compounding of a fucking game in this finance and this lifestyle thing for me.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Gary is so hard right now, guys. I just want everybody to know that he's fucking he's on fire.
Near death and fucking delirium and talking to aliens. Fucking, set me straight, man.
So this is another reason. So this is whale talk right here. This is whales and sharks and people talking right here. This is what Hex whales are going to be. They're not going to be spending their Hex. They're going to figure out ways to make their Hex work for them. So it's even going to increase the value more when whales start doing things like this. It's just Hex is going to be an amazing. Well, it already is.
Double on that, Gary, I think it would be nice, if I may, to add one more course on teaching people how to create trust, because that's also very important. So they don't get whacked in, jurisdiction, because not everybody has the luxury to already be in Puerto Rico or some places and this and that. That is very important. Guys, it's not just making the money, it's keeping the money. So understanding how to create those irrevocable trusts.
And what jurisdictions you create those trusts in. That's a big part of it, guys. So,
So Gary, I think that would be a great course, because that's the first step before they even make a move. Because if you do it too late, you already make the taxable event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Randy Hilarski.
The amazing Randy Hilarski.
Hey, Randy.
What up, Randy?
What's happening,
What's up,
bud?
guys?
Dude, look at that glowing microphone you have.
It's in Hex colors too right now.
That is nice. That is nice.
It's my new toy, man. I got the I can pulse.
Is that a Bitcoin lamp behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he sold all of his Bitcoin.
No, wait. RG,
I've been paying attention to his rant. You know? I've been watching Randy's content, and you know, I don't know that he needs that Bitcoin light anymore.
He's fire, man. Randy's rooftop ramps are freaking fire.
Hey, I need my pulse lamps. The guy from the UK. Now he's in France or something. He's moving.
Right.
So we all have to wait to get our lamps, and ordered the Hex one as well. So I'll get them up there. Hey, I mean, Bitcoin got me into this shit, man. If it wasn't for Bitcoin.
Bitcoin got us all in. It got us all in.
Build on the bones of giants. That's how you do it.
Hey, what's cool? Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Long time no play. Oh man,
I know. Like I'm just popping in for a little bit. I'm always watching, but yeah, just working nuts. So
family reunion here. Feels like tonight. Look at that. We hit 200 live viewers, guys. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, hate, like, whatever buttons, and make the algos go crazy. If you like what's going on here, yeah, this is going to be an epic stream, man. It's good to have an FN Hangout with all the.
I said in the comments that this reminds me of the old school. This is like
right.
Dude, this is an old school FN Hangout, isn't it?
Yeah. Freaking old school a year and a half ago.
I know.
I mean that's
this is barely our sophomore year, man. I mean, you know, you just got out of being a freshman and now you're moving into fucking sophomore life. We're in the right place at the right time, man. It's amazing.
I mean, I've got clean white shoes that are still clean and white that are older than a year and a half. You know what I mean?
There you go. Oh, nice, Crypto King.
That's how you know life is changing, right?
It's funny, dude. I said, you know, this super soldier serum or whatever fucking almost killed me. You know, I see this comment from Hexander, and it says, I need to rewatch Gary at 0.5x. Sorry, I'm kind of like, you know, going on a tirade. It's just this stuff just pops in my head. Like, this shit's got to go, man. This is a powder keg. Hex is going to fucking blow up in 2021, 2022. It's fucking huge.
It's absolutely huge.
Well, Hex did actually begin in the previous decade, so if that wants to make anybody feel a little bit older.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
In the previous bear market.
That's true.
That too.
Been around for 2 decades, right?
It's so funny how people didn't even realize we were in the bull market when we were in the bull market earlier the last year and a half. And so we had wrecked plebs with lots of followers telling us, well, the bull market didn't even start. It hasn't even started yet. They're going to be really disappointed when they and dude, what is this bullshit about? Oh, it goes up for so much amount of time and it goes, the bear market doesn't start till the end of the year. Dude, you tell me how that has been historically true every bear market. That is bullshit. So I don't know.
I mean, again, how do you have Bitcoin go down to 3,500 or 4,000 up to 65,000 and say, oh, the bull market's just getting started? Got punched in the nose. You know, it's been down 50%, right? It's $30,000 or whatever it is now. It's punched in the nose. And, you know, the technology hasn't moved. Nothing's changed about the send receive. Nothing's changed about, you know, the Lightning Network narrative and meme of fucking 3 years ago. So I'm not trying to hate on Bitcoin. It got me in. I had 30 Bitcoin that I converted into Hex. And, you know, this shit, you know, Hex is murdering everything else. Murdering. And how long do you ignore murdering going on in your midst?
Well, what's crazy is like if you look at the inflection on how it's moved, it's like I really understood it when it's the T-share rate appreciation versus the straw. I was talking to Wales about it, that gets sucked on the economic mass in the cells. Once that reaches like a nice easy parity that just moves forward, the dumps get eaten up less and less and less because all the people that could buy are all diamond hands, which makes all the retail investors the one that push it up. And then institutional investors, once they realize it, it just goes up even further. Like, and that economic mass that it can actually push through and eat, it gets bigger. And then once it's bigger, it's a pipe, right? It just like flows. Yeah.
And it's reflected in the chart too. It's funny. This is one reason why again I love the DMI so much because you can see the direction. There's a disconnect because it's reflecting more in. And kinetic, to your point, which is kind of hilarious, is what those people are doing is they kind of projecting, saying, wait a minute, I wasn't smart enough to figure out what's going on. I wanted to dump on the market at the end of the year, but because I couldn't do that, then the bear market shouldn't come in. Basically,
maybe a little bit of influence will cause these guys to buy the dip so I can get out later. Yeah, when it's higher. I agree. Yeah, it's a hopium case to convince yourself that it is going to get better. That's really all it is.
And this is really when you get grinded out, and then that's how the bear market gets you.
I'm sorry, but the fractals say it's going down, and we get a dead cat bounce every time. I remember when Bitcoin bounced back up early 2018, back up to 17,000 after hitting. It went to 20,000, down to 11,000, back up to 17,000, and then died to $3,700.
It was crazy.
My camera died, so I'm just going to talk.
Well, I'll tell you what, like Richard handled himself well on the interview with not dealing with yield, and all of these people are talking about how they want to figure out all this yield. I'm like, did none of you all do your homework again every single time? Like, now granted, it looks like Richard and whoever banter dude was like, hey, they must have had something that we're going to talk about X later. So Richard was very, 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 very well held back on what he was not going to say, which I found fucking funny and fascinating as fuck, because everyone else knows he knows more than them, and he is not just taking them to fucking church, which I found is grand, because he has another interview coming up where he can talk about Hex. It just shows that, like,
here's the translation Kool-Aid. It's like, hey, hold on, I haven't bought my bag yet. Let me pre-buy, and then next week we can talk about it, and then we'll conform it to the 300,000+ subscribers. That's what it means.
Yeah.
It's like Richard is showing everybody that even a fool is considered wise when he is silent. These people just need to shut up and learn before they start to open their mouth.
Can I give the Hexicans a quick update as far as what I've been doing in the background? Sorry, apologize for the wake up kinetics the other day with Alaska Prepper.
That's all right, man. No big deal.
He got mixed up, so he'll be coming on. We'll do that tutorial with him eventually. But
I was wondering why he agreed to my show, because that's like 5 a.m. for him.
Actually, it's actually 6. But he had said something about he had to take his son to the airport or something. But that's all good. But I'm working on getting Richard some high viz interviews. So I already got DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad made contact with Richard. He's already they're in talks. Also shout out to Jesus 1999 on Twitter. He told me to reach out to Russell Brand. I did that, and Russell Brand's team has responded, and they said they're gonna send that to the production team to get Richard on that show as well. So
Wales, tell us how important that is.
Well, he's the only one that really matters, because he's the only one that's actually woke. He'll be the one that'll break through. Everybody else is just faking the funk. You don't see me talking about anybody, so.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen Wales say anything about Rogan, but Wales is excited about Russell Brand.
There you go.
Yeah.
No posers here.
Yeah, and I also want to mention Brian Rose of London Real TV. He's trying to start this DeFi Academy.
He's a poser.
If you guys see, if you see tweets about me trying to get maybe even him to talk to Richard, the king of DeFi, I mean, don't only like the tweet, please retweet it, because that'll get his attention. Eventually, we may see something happen there as well. So thank you.
Honestly, I mean, he's got audience, but I don't like that guy. I think he's just a shill pest. I don't like that guy. I don't know why. He just always rubs me wrong.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of content creators that we may not like, but if they have the viewership and
if 1% of the viewership buys Hex, it's worth it, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
At the end of the day, it ropes down to, like Richard said, bring your heroes here to die. Right. If you want to see something across the board that's educational and empowering, watch Richard go argue someone. I think it's fucking glorious. But
it is glorious. And by the way, Silver Sailor, aka Crypto King, does onboard people via the street corner brute force. I think he carries a wrench. He has a wrench in his back pocket since knives are illegal in Japan. So,
and I'll tell you guys right now, all press is good press. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
So this thing with this George freaking Costanza guy, whatever the fuck
the video is over 100K views.
He exposed Hex to all his people.
Yep.
And now people are looking at it because of that. Period. No matter how much we didn't like it, he still exposed people.
Do you think it's 1% or 10% of his audience is going to buy Hex? That's the bit I'd like to
make. He had no argument.
It's that snowball effect, though. The more time this happens through too many different means, be like, oh shit. What am I?
The more these people hear of it, the 400,000 subscribers, the more they hear of it, and the more time that goes by without any rug pulls or any of the nonsense that happens in DeFi, the more the percentage of those are going to feel comfortable buying it in the future.
I mean, he did put in his description the original link for the original content, and you cannot see those two narratives of George and his bullshit versus the original content and say, oh, this speaks to truth. The one that speaks to truth is Richard's narrative, which is truth. His narrative is, oh, by the way, this is exactly what's been happening, and you guys are fucking ignoring it.
Yep.
Well, he has no idea how this actually worked, and then the thing backfired on him. He had no argument in terms of rebuttals. He was just doing ad hominem attacks, and then he was showing insecurity, projection about like people's wealth, this and that. Literally had no clue about what's going on. Then he gets called out too. Shout out to Hexel, finding out his baggage. So is this the hypocrisy, right? Because it's not like we never blame anybody that that got scammed or that got involved into something, let's say Big Connect, whatever. But the fact that he's trying to pretend like he's like police, knowing what's best when he's actually the one defending the other stuff, that's what I hate the most, right? The double standard, the hypocrisy.
So, what I hate the most is his audience is ground up like fucking meat.
Yes,
his audience is ground up like meat. Every fucking referral that goes to the margin long, every single thing that fucking that's the centralized exchange. It's easy as a billionaire, $100 billion from fucking Coinbase and stuff like that. It's shiny object, degenerate casino shit. And these guys are everywhere. We don't have as much of an audience as far as the numbers because we talk one product.
Yeah.
And why do we talk one product? Because that's the only product that fits the narrative
that matters
of what fucking crypto is supposed to be.
So real quick, guys, George talked a mad trash even about Dapp University, and next to Richard on that stage, Dapp University was the smartest motherfucker on that stage.
Absolutely.
He is one of the smartest. If you guys have ever watched any of his videos, he was teaching people. He's taking these videos down now, but he was teaching people how to flash loan, vampire attack these Uniswap, not Uniswap, but the Sushi Swap protocols and doing these flash loans. He was teaching people how to program their own bots to do these. This guy is smart, and he had bad respect for Richard the whole time on stream.
The whole time.
Most smart people get it.
And even people like Elliot Trade that was a hater. I mean, he was reasonable. He didn't really throw like disparagement. He didn't really say, "Oh, well, Hex, this or Hex died or whatever," or Richard, this or that. I mean, he actually sat on.
They couldn't even bring it up though. They couldn't even bring it up though. Like that was the point. They couldn't bring it up, and he did very well not to bring it up, and it was glorious.
So I just want to touch base on this. Hey, thanks BG David for getting Richard on Cash Daddies. It actually worked out really good. They still talk. I started watching their show because of it, not because I want to trade, but because they're hilarious to watch. And they still, dude, they are hilarious. And they're a bunch of professional comedians that do actual stand-up comedian shows, and they travel for it for a living. And they still talk about Hex. And it's funny because every time they've talked about it, they talk about it at least once a week. And every time they talk about it, it's still up and to the right from the last week. And it's still one of the biggest gainers every time. So BG David, you did a great job.
Even Rand, our newer or whatever his name is, the host of the show. Rand, he wasn't like hateful in 2019. He's just like, he's kind of like crypto tips and fucking, lukewarm. I think I'll talk shit about Richard behind his back. That's all they really kind of were. And so now You saw Rand. He's like, I know that I know this. It's not just a shield fest, but I know that we need to talk about Hex because it is the best performing. He said that. He's like, it is the best performing thing of 2020. It's undeniable, right? And so this program that's going to come up in a week or whatever it is, when it is Hex, dude, I think that fucking audience is going to change tides.
Yeah, absolutely. Because guess what? Now it's a fact you can't review. And number two, the peer pressure doesn't work because some of the people I would say we ran, he's trying to be at least smart about it. Like, he doesn't want to create unnecessary enemies. And then when he was rising up to the rank and going to those other streams to, boost his view account, he was like, oh, you know what? Let me just play it safe. Not talk about it. But now the buzz is real. Market is crashing. A lot of the stuff that we talked about has happened. A lot of stuff Rich has been talking about has happened. We're still here. Where's the rug pull, right? All this other stuff. Now you can't refute the fact. And the additional touch when he invited George to come and defend himself, like a bitch, he didn't show up.
Of course he didn't.
Signal to say you talking all the smack, but when it's time to put up or shut up,
you couldn't create a cohesive argument against the things Richard said in the first place. You think he's going to do it live against
look like
Richard?
a fool. The only person that could look like more of a fool than George is Tone Vase in history. But outside of that, George can't stand up to fucking any of as far as a truth statement.
No.
The only thing he can regurgitate bullshit from other people have said. That's all he can do.
He lost all credibility after that, talking about, I don't want to give you this and that. I'm like, dude, what you talking about? The panel by itself is like over 1 million views because that has like 300K. Elliot also up in 3+. Even the Alcon Daily 3+. So it's just like, no, that's just an excuse. You didn't want to show up because you had nothing to say. You would have been destroyed live.
Well, the guy that promoted BitConnect, trying to call Hex BitConnect 2.0 and doesn't even understand the mechanics. That man, of all people, should understand the mechanics behind how BitConnect works.
BitConnect, the double standard, once again. Yeah. You fucking defended that shit. And now because you haven't bought any, now it's like, it's a scam now.
It's interesting again when people are trying to have the narrative of, hey, I'm going to give you some information that you don't know and you're part of my audience, and by the way, you need to stay from Richard and Hex and blah blah blah. And then you see people like Altcoin saying, I get a beer with, I'll do a beer with. Hey, let's go have a beer. Hey, let's do some beer.
Daily wanted to have a beer with
you. He wanted to go get fucking drunk. He's like, hey, where in the world are you? I think I'll fly out to fucking get a beer. So you're seeing the change in tide, and it's not necessarily suck up, but it's like, dude, I've been a fucking idiot for a long time.
Absolutely.
Everybody else is a Hexican is fucking up, 1,800 fucking X. And as you see the bear market go down and you say, before they were saying, maybe Bitcoin's going to go up to 100,000, blah, blah, blah. By the middle of the show, everybody was saying bear shit. Everybody was saying bear shit. They're like, the bear market. Yeah, you're right. NFT shouldn't be selling for $1 million. You're right. Punched in the nose. And this shit's going to go down to 10 grand, And when people are trying to exit, they can sit in USDC and they can try to wait, 2 years to let the bull come back to them. Or they can fucking participate in the Hex program and mad gains. Mad gains can continue for these guys that were bull.
And to that point, it's funny because I talk with Richard one-on-one. It's like, because guys, I read people for a living. I could just see all those who are buying signal. People thought Alcon Daily was actually doing kind of FUD, but what ended up happening is I read through the line. It was basically, that was his questions because he wanted to buy, but that's what stopped him. But he realized that, no, bro, you didn't do enough research. You heard 1-2 negative things. You didn't do the dive deep like we all did. And then now you just got school and educated. Wait a minute, that makes sense. What I was thinking about is not true. Now he wants to take the beer because he understands what's going on. That university is definitely a Hexican. I already knows that. I've been a subscriber for him for a while.
He just smiled the whole time Richard was talking. He's like, pump my bags, Richard.
I'm super with Richard. He's like, yeah.
And Elliot is a smart cookie. He understands that when the bear market, he like to sit in the stables. And like Mashinsky said it best, and I like the guy because at least he's objective. He's like, listen, we used to be at 12%. Now it's at 8.8%. It's shit that me and Wells talk about all the time, the bond math, because money is being moved out of the liquidity. So that's being removed. All the people that used to get wrecked leverage trading, they lost all their money. So there's no more clients to borrow that USDC to do all the trading from the exchange. So some of their revenue is going down, therefore the yield is going down. And when more money is going defensive, the yield will go down. Like you were saying, another 10 billion comes in, you might end up going at 2%, 4%. Yeah. And that's amazing for Hex because he makes our value proposition better because everything else is shorting their yield. Meanwhile, we're just chilling 37%, no matter what.
And if Richard was a spiteful person, even though he knows that people need to fucking bow down to his truth, he wouldn't say, "Hey, by the way, you think that you're safe because you're doing a stablecoin to stablecoin kind of pair to get some minor fucking yield and picking up pennies. You fucking have risk. You do not realize." And how does that help me to share that information with you? All you motherfuckers that were haters, I should let you get fucking wrecked. I should let you get wrecked. But no, he's a benevolent personality. He, you know, I imagine him as like the elementary high school kid and this fucking super genius and shit like that. And he has a good fucking heart. The reason that we're fucking 100 millionaires between the collective of all the OGs and shit like that and participants is because Richard has a fucking kind heart. Richard is making people's lives better. You know,
abundance mindset, and this is what we have in the community. That's why a lot of our stuff is free. A lot of our content, our streams, because we actually oblige to that ethos, and it shows not only respect, but like, listen, we know our shit so well that we don't need to go scam somebody to make money. We're gonna make our play. We're gonna make our money, and this is why, again, Hex is not a pony for that reason, because we always teach people, hey, whether you stake or not, we're gonna get our APY. Because whether you come in or not, it's irrespective. So we're so good at what we do, we'll just let you know how to not get wrecked. So you get to realize that there's no play here. There's no angle. Because it works because it
never
works.
Never was an angle.
Because it's perfectly designed and it gets the job done. And the more people realize that, the more truth they realize. And then one more Easter egg he dropped, which was smart, which is true, once again. EOS did a 40x in the fucking bear market. I was there. I saw that. Hint, what does that tell you? Bear market? Well, Pulse about to launch. What if it's going to happen? So and it's factually true. There is certain things, because somebody was asking, but besides stable coins and yield, what else? Right?
Well, he highlighted, and again, he did it in a subtle way. He did it in a Tony Robbins fucking subliminal suggestion in your mind. And it's the truth, like you just said, was people tend to buy new shit. And guess what's new shit in this bear market launching with 10,000 coins as a utility? You know, make a copy of Ethereum.
And product market fit. Let's not forget that.
Product market fit. Absolutely. Absolutely.
On top of that, Block One fucking, you know what, did $4 billion for their ICO? Like this, like that sacrifice phase.
So it can move. It can move.
Richard's really clever on how he gives knowledge, right? Especially like the cow trips. They'll trip up all the silly people and all the ones that aren't educated, right? Don't do your homework. But like,
IQ test. Everything's IQ test.
Honestly, but you have to, like, how often do you want to like hold a carrot to be like, you really should come over here and do this thing? And like, I'm exhausted with it. And like, but I believe that people should, if they know knowledge is the most expensive token you can ever buy. The only thing is that do you know where to get good knowledge? And if you get put in the right direction, most people want to build that, right? It's the principle of the dream account. It's the principle of fucking like going getting education. It's the principle of wanting to live your own life, right? And bang bang.
Well, we have at least almost 3,000 subscribers that know where to get wisdom. So
exactly.
I mean, guys, just today, fun fact. Today, Richard's Twitter account, I was tracking it. It went up over 1,000, and over the last 7 days, it's averaging like 600 a day. It's just fucking amazing.
That's fantastic.
Everything's getting ready to go.
People have been looking for this truth. They'll be like, oh, and then people come into the chat. Wow, I never thought about this. What? And then
I just don't understand how anyone in the crypto community could think that Richard's in this only for the money and that he's trying to rob people when all he's ever done is give free stuff.
But we knew that. We're the only ones that know that. And they don't yet. And they're just catching up. I continue to say this. You know, we were preaching the right message from the beginning, from the get. We knew. We were woke. We spent hours and hours and hours listening to what Richard was laying out. We weren't being brainwashed by Richard. We were being educated by Richard. And he showed us what he was going to do, and he did it. And we are here today because of that. There was a lot of people that took a look at Hex at that time, but didn't do the research that all of us did. Didn't listen to what was really going on. Didn't listen to the benevolent language that Richard was throwing out there about crypto, because we all knew, a lot of us saw what happened in crypto the last few years. We went through the fucking meat grinder. And then Richard said, okay, guys, I got something better in mind. I'm going to change this shit. And we said, okay, tell us. And he did. And we said, show us. And he did. And now here we are. Now, months ago, we said, okay, crypto's just got to catch up. We said this was happening months ago.
Absolutely.
We said they were going to turn. We said that they were going to start doing this bullshit that they're doing right now, which is starting to unzip his pants and want to have a beer with him. We knew they were going to do that. So here we are today. Once again, we predicted the future because of what Richard taught us. Absolutely. I predict again that now this whole thing is going to flip on its head. It's going to go viral, and we are going to be the crypto influencers, because somebody just said it in Purple, I believe, said Ben didn't do his research and his job to do so as research. All of their job is to do research. All of their job was to give information, disseminate information into the crypto communities. That's what people think they're being paid for, is for those people to act in their best interest, do the research so that they can get on this free media, which is the internet and YouTube, and get the information that's necessary for them to go out and make good choices. Well, they lied to them. They deceived them, and they didn't do their research. They rested on their laurels, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
So I was an influencer for a year and a half, right? I left the game industry when I was over at Arcane, and I was like, fuck it. This is much better to learn this. And it's really not that hard to do the homework for what you're talking about. It really, really isn't. Now, it has difference to have morals to say what you should or shouldn't do, but then you're paid in a particular type of liquidity, which is now your currency of operation. That's the difference with like the staker class. It's like tide rises all ships. And if you understand the economic model of a finished product that eats and that builds water and mass as it goes, there's you can't not do your homework.
You guys need to realize the temptation of a shortcut that Richard has navigated. the temptation of basically ICOing and getting stuff before a promise of a delivery of a product. He has a trader mind. He's a polymath in so many different ways. And do you think that, if you have economic mass of, $50 million, contributed to an ICO pitch of what Hex could be without ever actually designing that thing and having it as a finished product and actually living up to the integrity model? Do you think that maybe $50 million could have been raised because he took shortcuts and took advantage of a community that maybe believed in him temporarily, and then take that $50 million and leverage it to become a multi-billionaire? His end game, yes, number, ledger entry, dollar. This is my score in the fucking big game of life and ego and narcissism, or whatever it is that drives him. Everybody likes to think that he's a flashy guy, that he fucking lives in a vampire fucking, a studio in Latvia or some shit. But
Dracula,
this guy has the biggest fucking heart. This guy has the most fucking integrity, because he took the high road and he took the hard road to build this thing, to build this community, to deliver front end, to have people have opportunity. He could have hired out so many people and just said, do your work. I'm fucking hiring you because you're my goddamn employee. What did he do? He gave opportunity. He gave opportunity for people to step up and create their own front end, create their own product, create Staker app, to basically become a brand of their own, to participate in so many different ways with a single immutable contract, which was Hex. Now, what do you think he's going to do with fucking Pulse? Yep. When Pulse has a utility network of Ethereum's code and has a fork of 10,000 pools of fucking whatever the shit coin of the week or whatever it is that's still going to be on PRC, what do you think he's doing all over again? He is giving an audience that's right now the size it is now, but he's giving future audience goddamn opportunity. Opportunity.
And
it's a spring. It's a
back
spring.
on what you just said, which is why it's so important. It goes back to what I said in my testimonials, because people don't understand. Like, I wanted to make that acknowledgement, because it's the subtle things that people don't understand, right? The speaking the truth to power, to know how to, resist money and understand what's right for the people and what's just beneficial for just one individual. Because when you take that high road, when you take the path to least travel, right? That's what visionary people do. The people that really want to accomplish something, because number one, he already retired. Number two, when you know how to make money, money becomes irrelevant because you know how to get that. You value more the other things that's hard to get, which is, again, integrity, being right, doing all the right things. And those are the people that I like to emulate, because they emulate the same quality that I want to emulate for myself. So those are the things that people are starting to realize, oh, this shit is for real. There's no like, oh, this is what we think about doing. Because a lot of those other influencers and whatever, the reason why they say or do what they do, again, like I told Kinetic earlier, it's all just projection. They're telling you what they actually are thinking. They're telling you what they would have done.
What they want it to be.
Literally. Because they don't comprehend, oh my God, I could make so much money if I do X, Y, and Z, and he's not doing that. Their brain can't comprehend that. Because
very applicable is this quote on the screen right now that he said on around the blockchain. A bunch of broke guys that have never been successful decide they're economists. Funny part is economists in general broke too. Richard
And
Hart.
see, I was able to see through all of it. See, none of it was resonating with me. I was smelling bullshit all the time with all these influencers until I met that down motherfucker, Richard Hart. I said, I don't care what he's saying, what he looks like. I don't like all the shit he does and says. No, you don't have to. But when you hear him, you know he's down.
Yes.
You know
When
he's
you stay on
real.
topic.
You know he is not bullshitting.
Right.
And
It
once
does
I
all up there.
figured that out, it was so easy to stand next to him and
Correct.
take the
Richard
bullets with
Hart
him.
is trying to save people from death. He's trying to save people from losing all their money, and yet he's still labeled a scammer. These guys just aren't paying attention to what's going on.
The band of brotherhood that is formed because of trial by fire, tempered by fire. There's so many fucking military people in here, and Richard to me is one of the best Marines I've ever met, and the motherfucker's never served as far as I know. But this is a high integrity delivery. Put your money where your mouth is kind of man. I really am super
what you said you're gonna do.
happy to have met this guy.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a tip of the spear mentality, right? If you're going to be the tip of the spear, be the fucking tip of the spear and open the shit up. And Richard does that, right? If you actually need him to move against something, he'll move and it will know, right?
And it goes
I see Randy's trying to chime in something. What do you got to say, Randy?
Randy.
I grew up in a mafia household. I didn't speak unless spoken to. So
it's just like 15 squares or whatever it is.
Yeah, man. I was at the corner and all the adults spoke and I didn't speak for hours. So, but Crypto King, I love your hat. I just want to say something. We've already gone like 10 minutes further past the conversation that I wanted to talk about. And that was like when the influencers are telling us to get into things, they're telling us to do stuff. I never listen to them. And there's a lot of people in crypto that are like me who listen and they say, I'm going to do my own fucking research and I'm going to go look at it. I got a perfect story. You know me, Randy, the story guy. So in 2016, I was in Buenos Aires and it was the Latin American Bitcoin conference. And I was VIP, got to go to the cookout on Sunday. Trace Mayer was there, Ira Miller was there, Tone Bays. And Tone was sitting there, he was sitting on this chair and he's drunk as shit. And he's sitting next to me and he's like, oh, they're about to go race the horse. Let's go watch the horses. I'm like, okay, Tone, let's go. So him, my wife, and I started walking over to the horses. He goes, hey, I heard that you're like really big in the Steam community and you're friends with Dan Larimer. That motherfucker's a scammer and you guys need to run away. You're going to lose all your money. You're going to lose everything. And I made $250,000 in the next year just writing blog posts. I didn't put no money into that shit. And I made $250,000. I didn't listen to that guy. I went and did my own thing. And then in 2019, I write my first article about Hex. I lose all my followers on Twitter, all my crypto friends, they blocked me, they muted me, and they said that, Randy, oh my God, you're involved in a Ponzi scheme, you're in a scam. I go in my community, my anarcho-capitalist community, I'm trying to tell these guys about it. They're saying, oh, Randy, fuck you, man, I don't know what the hell you're doing. They blocked me. I'm not going to say the name of the group, but Crypto King knows what I'm talking about. I got blocked in my own community, my own team blocked me from the crypto side of things. So guys, do not worry. They're sitting over there right now. They're down 50, 60, 70, 80% in their money. And we're so, bam, guys, bam. They're all going to come back to their legs soon. And the people that listened, they're thanking me privately. They're still not quite doing it much publicly, but they're thanking me privately. And you guys are going to get your kudos. It's going to come back, man. People might not say it yet, but when it happens, you're going to get kudos. People going to high five you in the States for getting me into this, Randy. Boom. I'm going to go back and sit in the corner now.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, though.
Hey, nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah.
So my hat's off to you, Randy, because you risked it, and you continued and
I didn't know Richard like you guys did. I came in.
But you still risked. Like you said, you did your research. You know what I'm saying? Because none of us was like RG said, none of us like best friend with Richard. No, we took the data, We're trying to be unbiased the best we can. And then we just, okay, this is what you're telling me this thing is doing. Let me go check. And then when he does what he says he's going to do, you're like, wait a minute. Like, who's lying now? And now you just, you know what I mean? It's about integrity. It's about doing the research, doing the due diligence. That's what separates you from the one that gets flooded out and the one that actually win in the long term. Because you did your research and the conviction was there. Because what I always say, truth or stand alone. Nobody needs to add no hype, no whatever. Just stand alone truth. That's why I love math. 2 + 2 = 4. You know, if you like me or not, that's fact.
Let me interrupt. I've never had a conversation with Richard Hart. Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It literally is so irrelevant. It's not even fucking funny.
Yeah.
Period. This shit works. Next question. Nobody with money gives a fuck about Richard Hart. They give a fuck about whether that shit works.
Damn straight, bro. Good.
Period.
Well said.
And a discussion.
Yep. Centralized. You and the contract, baby.
2 more words. No fucking choice. Don't you forget it. Because you don't ignore 20% yield for no fucking reason. Exactly. Only if you're a moron.
Only if you're a moron.
Money's like a girlfriend. It will go where it's the best treated, baby. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it, man. Like all of the platitudes are cool. Yeah. We know Richard is a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Given. But facts are the facts. And he actually doesn't matter in this equation. He just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
He can go away. It still goes.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything.
Exactly.
Nope.
That's a testament to his work.
Exactly.
Right?
What you want to build in any business, what you want to build in any business is walk away for 6 months, absolutely fucking be absolutely gone and have the value and the cash flow increase. He knows how to do that, man.
And he did it.
Just look at what we did. Discourse Syndicate, right? Maddie, our show, conferences, Vegas. Like, what the fuck people talking about? It was just all community. We just say, hey, we're just gonna get together, boom, boom, boom. The ethos. What we didn't like is that not only the product is fucking great and do what it's supposed to do, and on top of that, the dude's a great guy, not nice, kind, because you'll talk your shit, talk you sideways. And then people attack him. Not in my core. I'm like, no. Now we're about to fuck some shit up because no. You don't know what you're talking about. You're talking shit. The shit works.
Crazy,
now you're gonna attack the guy that's making you rich. Nah,
it's crazy.
It's not gonna happen.
It's so disrespectful.
Not gonna make that happen. Yeah, that's what
it's so disrespectful.
It's not like Richard calls the hey community go defend me. No, because we saw this bullshit.
You know what the best part is? The best part is when people say, yeah, Richard has those Hexicans well trained.
Mm-hmm.
If only they knew what the fuck they were talking about.
Richard, I love how he says, I tell them to take liquidity off of the ETH pairing and nobody listens to me. Hey, I'm gonna throw a little bit of shade.
We want, bro.
Did that shit go down? Did it go down after that day? Has anybody checked the liquidity?
I'm
gonna throw a little bit
over time. It switched. It's funny because me and Will were talking about it months ago. Say, yo, we need to do a stream about reflexivity and teaching people about this. That's why he had that perfect chart with the correlation to really show people Richard is fucking right. Let us show you mathematically why is right. And then progressively liquidity started to move a little bit through education. It's still there, but it's way less than what it used to be.
So all you ETH Hex liquidity provider LPs, get your shit off of there, Richard. Get it off. We want to decorrelate even more from crypto. Dump that shit.
And you could see how they were all shocked, like, what the fuck is going on? And then Richard just educate. Yeah, it's just simple. We figure it out. Reflexivity works like this, boom, boom, boom. And they were just like, holy shit.
When he highlighted the fact that he's like, dude, I'm fucking begging on Twitter. Please take the ETH off. Please stop. You know, don't be a full participant. And then the community fucking does their own shit, man.
Who says some shit like that? Who actually says some shit like that? Remove the liquidity from there, please. Take the Ethereum off, please.
And my second favorite was the GBTC premium going negative. I was just laughing so hard. Bitch, we've been talking about it for months. And you guys just find that out, how this works? And you're talking about fucking Bitcoin 100K. Get the fuck out of here. Fix this thing first.
I think they magically discovered it because Richard mentioned it in passing or some shit. Like, I don't even think it was on purpose. I think the dude just like Google searched it or some shit.
Yep. And then he did that eToro reference again that he always does with the 67%.
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes, oh, yeah, you're true. And then he said my favorite line of the day, right? He's like, yeah, when Richard Hart speaks, it's the truth.
Yep.
That was so fucking
every one of them, Every one of them was sucking their thumb when he said, I called the 20,000 top. I told you on the day when the fucking parabola, it fell out of the parabola. And they're all like,
at 65,000 at this new top. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're all holding on to their bags right now going,
please,
that shit was
100,000 come
amateur
back.
hour, man.
Please,
you're calling
100,000
it
come back.
65? Why didn't I listen?
How was it, Gary?
The thumb, Gary, do the thumb.
You gotta do the thumb.
Hey, you guys better not fucking screenshot that shit.
It's
Too late. You shouldn't have said anything.
I was too busy laughing. That shit was crazy.
That's the front page of The Economist, Gary.
We got too much talent in the community. Somebody.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Hey, Gary.
something.
Gary, do that for me one more time.
I'm pretty sure this.
I'm gonna be a meme.
That time.
I'm gonna be a living
in the
meme.
meme chat. I can see this coming in the meme chat. In the
That's right.
Gary, I want that image on the front of my card. Those cards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna print cards with people have QRs and just the fucking thumb suckers.
The thumb suckers.
The ultimate popple.
Oh god,
that was such an amateur.
But you're seeing the
hour.
tide turn. I mean, RG3 started the program before we all came on camera. You're seeing the tide turn, dude. You may not see them fucking become sycophants or whatever they call that word, but the tide is fucking turning.
It is turning. It is
Well,
turning.
that's the whole thing about economic mass. Once it moves, it moves.
But
right?
we're out here. We're out here every day, and we've been out here every day for over a year and a half. And we've seen the energy and what was happening out there from a day-to-day basis. We were in the deepest of it. We saw the hard FUD. We predicted what was going to happen, and now we're seeing it come to fruition. And it is happening, folks. It's happening. And behind the scenes, what we're doing, the things that are actually coming to fruition with them amongst the group, the ideas that are coming together and actually being played out back behind the scenes here, it's amazing that this community is coming together with the talent that it has and doing the things that we are about to do. We're going to blow crypto's mind. We are literally when I stood up on that tank and said we were going to change crypto, we are going to change crypto. We really, really are. And
here's the beauty, Roy. You already have.
Look at the pulse. Look, guys,
You already have. You already have. Like when I reached out to you, like way back when, I'm like, yo, you need help with your tech? Yeah, I do that crazy pixely things. But the thing is, you have already changed it all. Because like I got in, Kareem got in, Wales got in, Gary got in. We have so many cuts of cloth between the vast swath of us, and now we have mass. And now we can change.
I take credit for all that.
The mountains are west, Knipples. The mountains are west.
I'll never admit to you guys.
It's all kinetics appeal. You know?
I'll never admit to you guys how important he is. I will never admit it.
No.
Well, that's the kindest thing anyone's ever said to me. I'll take it.
And it will be. So can somebody
It's the last
timestamp that
time
for
I'm
him?
ever going to hear it. So
That's right.
At least I got this
Screenshot it
one.
and timestamp it for him so he can play it on his cell phone. or
Somebody
something
2
as his
hours and
ringtone.
53
Somebody play
seconds.
Misty for me.
At the
Well, I
total,
mean-
Mark.
Well, I mean, one day when I get my gloves taken off, I'll just make the captain and photo reel, and then it's just all downhill from there.
Well, thank you, Nermorians, for the
just
$20
watch.
and the more RG3 appraisal.
See my hat. My hat.
You
See my
read
hat.
that emoji. It says fire RG3. So
Right?
So,
hey, I
so-
like your hat, King. Thank you, sir.
The best
Thanks,
Mexican RG3, man. Fucking like again, Captain. Hands off to you. Like I wouldn't have been involved if I didn't get so fascinated with your show.
the only thing I did was gather people and bring them to the table. That's all I did. I saw how smart you guys were. I saw how incredible you guys all were. And I said, we just got to get everybody to the table because nobody's going to be able to touch this community. Once I got into that chat room for the first time and saw the people in there, all of you guys, your chats, your intelligence, your fire, everything that you guys did, I just said, the world has to see this because in order for this crypto to take off and in order for Hex to be seen by the world, it's going to take all of these people and their influence getting out there for real in front of the cameras, not some fake scripted reading bullshit, fucking, edited crap with commercials and shit, but real people telling real stories, doing real research, really talking and hashing it out. Look at all of our old Discourse Syndicate shows. It was us learning what Hex was really about and taking what Richard said and going, did he mean this or did he mean that? I mean, there were literally times for weeks and weeks and weeks we were confused about stuff, and we figured it out on stream together with each other, and then we all put it out there and go, oh, and you know what this means now? This means this, and then we expounded on it, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. The more information and the more education the community got, the stronger and stronger we got. And of course, the whole FUD thing, that was just scars on us. That's just fucking battle scars. And like Gary said, that just forged us in fire. So they just created a monster that was already, we were already winning. We already won with Hex, period. Just by doing what we did and learning and discovering and disseminating the information, we already won. But them doing what they did to us in the beginning just battle hardened us and forged us and created what we had in Vegas. When we all went to Vegas, that was like the annealing of our forging is what it was. We were annealed at that point, and that just meant bonds were created that were going to last forever. There's people that are going to be friends here for the rest of their lives, and they're going to travel the world and sit on beaches together, and their families and their kids are going to play together, and all that kind of shit's going to happen because of what we've created here. And that's what I feel like I'm responsible for, is actually bringing you guys together. I'm not the guy with the information. I just brought everybody together, and you guys did all the work. I feel like Henry Ford, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. You want the maths? I got the maths. You want the guy that's got the macroeconomics? I got the macroeconomics, and I got everything else right here. Is what you want? That's how I feel. I feel like Henry Ford. Like, I got the answers for you. You can ask me what are you talking about, you dumbass from the streets, fucking, pirate? What are you talking about? No, I don't have to. I got this guy here, and I got Richard Hart back here, and I got all these guys here. Now what, bitch? Now what? Exactly. You got nothing for me. You got nothing. I'm the crypto influencer. Why? Because of all these motherfuckers. And you got nothing on me, bitch.
You are the herald. You are the fucking herald, Captain. And everyone needs a goddamn herald and a goddamn story.
But even more important, Liberty wants to know if you're watching the fights tomorrow night.
Yes, I will definitely be watching the fights tomorrow night.
They have a date. RG3 and Liberty have a date.
Yeah, well, give me a call, bro. We're either going to meet up with Brasology or we're going to come hang out here, but whatever.
The thing is, all of us that at least have put camera time out here, right? I mean, there's so many people in the background that are very successful people, and they should have accolades that they just aren't on camera. But when I'm speaking to the people that have ever been on camera, as far as a Hex advocate or knowledge base or sharing, every one of us either were already multimillionaires and already successful and already had done things that were significant, or they were destined to be, regardless of crypto or Hex ever came into their life.
Agreed.
And that is the difference, because you can bring together a bunch of fucking tulip farmers, or you can bring together fucking Spartans. And that's as what has happened is Richard gave opportunity. Opportunity spoke to the mettle of the people that were listening at the time. And the entrepreneurs stepped up and said, time value of money, that speaks to me. More than just a chart that doesn't exist yet, this will become a chart. Yep. And everyone has looked at this thing, and it's different than 2017 and 13 and whatever has been this narrative before, because everybody else has been a gambler. Everyone else says, hey, I've got $300 to go into the casino. Hopefully I put it in the right slot machine and I get, ding, 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 and I get more money. That's really the participant in the fucking crypto space until this really speaks. Maybe there's been other participants I didn't really know about. But as far as, when you recognize, hey, there might be 10,000 coins, but this motherfucker is the one that's going to perform. It is because you recognize as an entrepreneur, as someone that's already been tried by fire and metal, and says, hey, I got punched in the nose with this other stuff, right? Whether it's real estate, whether it's fucking selling your time to the man, whatever it is, you say, hey, I need to realize that, I need to be more smart about this game, this money game. And Richard created a product. The community spoke up and rose to the occasion. And now we're bringing second phase, third phase, fourth phase, anonymous people that are going to replace us, right? The opportunity that the audience, whether they see it now or in the future, here's the thing. We might have done well. All of us probably have done well in Hex, right? whether it's paper gain or it's been realized gain or it's changed your life or whatever. The next fucking wave, the people that are participating right now that are buying, 10, 15, 500 fucking T-shares, those motherfuckers build on our knowledge base and all of our mistakes. Every single one of us that said, I need to set a stake on a daily, right, for 365 days for the next fucking,
don't do that.
And created a job for themselves, right?
Yeah,
so
don't do
everybody that looks at this stuff now and they learn from someone like Kareem, they learn from someone like Wales, and they say, hey, you're kind of need to look at the fact that maybe annually, maybe you start with a 15-year mark as far as the contract allows, because it's been designed for that reason, it's been designed that way for a reason. Maybe you should look at why that exists and work your way backward, right? So if I was smart and I looked at this thing and I knew I could see the future and the trajectory and things like that, as well as I do now, the new guy, the guy that isn't even in, RG3 says this all the time, the guy that's never heard of fucking Hex will be a fucking whale and probably be bigger than all of us, right? The biggest guy in Hex probably
He's not gotten in. He's not even in yet.
Yeah.
The biggest, mark my words, the biggest whale in Hex hasn't gotten in yet. Fucking put that, timestamp it, whatever you want to do. The biggest whale in Hex hasn't gotten in yet.
Yeah.
So the new guy that looks at the fact that we all, 200 millionaires went to fucking Vegas and shit. The new guy says, I missed the boat. My friend, my best friend for 30 something years, he constantly says, I missed the boat. I put $5,000 in on his behalf, said, you need to sit on this. It became like 38 grand. I just paid him like a couple of days ago, whatever. Said, okay, you're out. This is your yield. You made $33,000 on a $5,000 stake that I did for you. So you are seeing, yes, we might have economic mass now. And where are we putting our money? Are we putting it in fucking mansions right now?
No.
Are we doing the 22-year-old, 28-year-old consumer thing? No, we're fucking looking at LLCs. We're looking at fucking real estate portfolios. We're networking with people that are outside of the crypto space, right? That have billions of dollars under their management.
And we're getting ready to throw a bunch of it away too.
Yeah, and we're putting it into, and the only reason really the only reason that we really, truthfully, honestly, at least as far as my perspective, that we are buying Pulse with this, whatever, sacrifice bullshit name. The only reason that we're doing it is because we want to get more fucking Hex. We want to get more Hex. Exactly. How can we get more Hex? How can we get magic in a fucking bottle again? Well, you have a trended data history. You have a product that hasn't changed. Nothing is different about, its construction is just on a blockchain of its own. What might happen again, right? Yeah. So all of us are buying Pulse so that we can fucking move the goddamn chart and see parity or beyond.
Yeah, I think that
beyond hope.
The next round of FUD was coming from the sacrifice phase. I thought, oh God, they were going to say, oh God, Richard got them all to make a bunch of money. Now he's going to take it all from them.
They're going to sacrifice.
Now they're going to give away their shit to Richard. What a fucking great scam that was.
What a scam, because McDonald's gave you a bunch of hamburgers and they're going to sacrifice the hamburgers back to Mr. McDonald. What the fuck? That's some idiot bullshit, man.
Back to the hamburger and shit.
So fucking retarded.
Oh man.
Hey, Hexicans, Crypto King has to step out. I gotta rush over and pick up a van. So you guys have a great weekend.
My brother.
Did the king refer to himself in the third person? I'm pretty confident he did.
That's right.
That's how you know this guy made it.
Did he wave this way on his way out?
That's how you knew this guy has made it. That's how you know he's a millionaire. He's a dolphin.
Y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy.
We'll see you, man. Thanks for all you
Take
do,
care.
King.
Good seeing you, King.
I love doing
it.
Yeah, keep doing it. Please don't stop, man. You're getting us in front of a lot of eyes.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
See you, bro. Hey, where's Daraj? Daraj?
I think he's asleep in the Philippines right now.
No, he says that's why he's the king. He just commented.
Oh, there he goes.
Why aren't you on stream, Daraj? But hey, disclaimer: you're not coming on unless you got the golden microphone.
Oh, there you go. That's the only way.
Only way. Hey, thanks, Hex Alt Ed. I know I gotta say sorry, guys, for missing a lot of the super chats. You guys were asking questions, and not that we didn't appreciate the super chats, but man, we were on fire, on point with real life where legacy meets crypto stuff that's really important for our viewers, our watchers. So we had to stay on point at the time, so we didn't want to interrupt. So we apologize, but we are super, super happy that you guys care enough about this stream to contribute to it. And trust me, as I said at the beginning of the show, for pretty much every dollar you guys contribute to this stream is going to make your bags about a 10x return probably over the next 2-3 years, just because we're going to be in front of so many more faces than we can even tell you guys right now. This is getting real, and it's getting in front of a lot of real big legacy market guys. So I just want you guys to know that right now. So thank you Hexalt Ed for the $20.
And you know, I wanted to say something else about, you know, what we got going on behind the scenes, and most everybody, you know, here and there's others involved, of course, at deep levels. I want everybody to understand that we are never going to sell out. We aren't looking at relationships and partnerships with any of the bullshit that's going on out there. We're not going to take their money. We're not going to take their narratives. We are always going to stay on the up and up. We're going to speak truth to power. We're going to take crypto in a different direction, and we're not going to play into that old school way of thinking. We're going to go and support projects and products that are built on Pulse and that are part of crypto in order to better crypto, not to do harm to it or feed people bullshit or wreck people or hurt people. So we're going to stay with that integrity, and even in the backside where the money's being made to try and push, you know, our narrative out there to more eyes, which is really the goal. The goal here isn't for, you know, some people to make money off of this network or off of these people streaming or whatnot. The goal is to get Hex to as many people as possible and to get as many eyes on it as possible with integrity, with the same spirit that we built this in, organically, with heart, with, you know, all of your best interests in mind. So that's what's going on behind the scenes.
So, Captain, the one thing that people look at when they go to war isn't what the general looks like, but what their army looks like. Or is their army well fed? Are they well armored? Are they well done? Are they well trained? And that's inherently what Richard teaches, is the community drives the project, right? The product in itself is done. At this point, it's us and people and community interacting with something that's a machine. The more that you use the machine, the better it works. And so by spreading that knowledge, all you do is you couple the machine to move faster. And ideally, all the Hexicans believe in joy, respect, knowledge, and life, right? Because what more would you want if you could want for naught? Because at the end of the day, get paid well to do what you love to do for free. So why would you not want to do the same thing and adopt your ducklings and others and all the rest of that? But what you guys do here it's that. It gives the tangible understanding across the bearing and board on what do you want.
So I believe that what this community is going to do is not only are we going to be the first adopters of Hex and probably benefit greatly from that and the relationships that we've built and the organic community that we've built is going to create that spark that creates virality. I'm not saying that our community is just going to continue to grow and conflagrate and we're all going to sing Kumbaya and all that stuff. We're going to have a small knit community more than likely. We're going to have a strong community, but we're going to create that spark that conflagrates and makes virality possible. Now, Wales knows this, that it's not our little community networking thing that's going to drive the virality of Hex across the world and make it really do what it's supposed to do. It's really going to be that adoption from all of the financial energy that's out there in the rest of the world that's going to create that. But I think, and I believe that this community is going to be that spark that creates that conflagration, that pushes it out into the financial world, and somebody somewhere is going to see it in the mainstream, and the mainstream money is going to start getting smarter, and it's going to start seeing what we've got, and it's going to start coming into us. And then that's when we'll see real virality go, which is not going to be a community network effect. It's going to be something completely different. But I think we are that spark.
Well, there's not only that. Like I talked to Silver a bit over the weekend. I'm going to do a thingy with him tomorrow. But look at the fact that real institutional money are tickling with what's going on, and then when they move, they don't sell, and they're tickling more and more. Right. So right now, there could be different things happening from different aspects of their infrastructure. But at the end of the day, they're tickling the monster to see what it does, right? And once they're content that like they understand the beast, they move with a huge dollar amount because they've already tested all of the one. That's how you hunt, right? You know what I mean? You don't start off and go try to kill a lion. You sit and you stalk a fucking gazelle for a minute, right? Take your time to fucking figure out what your character or your financial wealth needs to do in a particular avenue. But once we get into insurance, like life insurance, like you said, in general, but I'm sorry, insurance, period in general, done. Life insurance, done. But first mover advantage on that too. If you really want to be like really gamey and like, it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting.
I want to say something before we change subjects. I think that what we're doing here with the Discourse Syndicate, what we've done over the last year and a half, geez, I think it's that long that we've been doing this. Anybody who's been watching this has gotten an education, and not just an education in crypto. You've got an education in finance. Thanks, Gary. You know, Wales, Kareem, you guys have taught me a lot about the traditional markets and charts, and you know, we learned from KNTX and from this insurance background. You guys, I mean, what are the chances that you get in front of people like this on a daily basis? You fucking don't.
Correct.
You don't.
That's exactly right, Randy. You don't. Everyone has cut a cloth, and we all give back, and we're all intellectual in how we handle our brass and our tax, and we build as a village to do the
I was on the PulseChain voice chat maybe for like an hour earlier today or whatever it was. And, you know, that's the thing is, like Randy was just saying, you get in front of KNTX, you know, he runs multiple companies, has all kinds of different successes and things like that. You know, maybe you, through being a neighbor or something like that, become friendly. But that guy doesn't have to share his advantage in this world of competition with you. He doesn't have to. There's no real reason to, right? You're not family, you're a neighbor. Same sort of thing with me, same thing with RG3 or anybody else that's had some kind of level of success is, you know, are you part of my sales team? Do I need to educate you on how to sell product and service so that basically I win too? No, probably not with the majority of people. So yes, you're part of this community. Yes, you benefit. But, you know, for an hour or for every time that we do one of these streams that's kind of more business savvy, you know, the reason we're sharing this thing is because I benefit from having hundreds or thousands of other Hexicans become fucking rich. Rich. And what I'm saying is, yeah, you can push the price because you took some other kind of asset, you converted it into Hex, and my bag swells up in dollar value. Yeah, that's all fine and good. Maybe that's a reason to make a YouTube channel or some shit. But no, I want you to keep your goddamn money. I want you to keep it. I want you to have the government not take as much of it. I want you to fucking buy an LLC. I want you to buy real estate. I want you to have fucking wealth. I want you to have IP, which is your knowledge base that you're getting from all of these guys that we're going to be successful regardless of Hex, regardless of Richard or whatever. We're all going to be fucking millionaires regardless. We either were already or we're going to be. And you as a community member that's watching this passively as an audience, you fucking benefit. The guy next door that's worth $10 million isn't going to share that knowledge with you. We are. Why are we doing it? Is it because we just want you to buy Hex with us? No, it's not. It's because if you're successful, we can basically promote the fact that you're successful. And why is that going to do? What is that going to do? That's going to pierce through the haze of stupidity inside of fucking crypto audiences that are not Hex.
Well, there's also the adaptation on the other side, which is you're more on the marketing stab from that point of view. But like those kids that I sponsored, there were no course. They wouldn't listen. I begged them. I lashed them. Like it was annoying to me that I just did it. And as that moves forward, there's no denying it, right? The more that it eclipses forward, the more it builds. That's the whole economic mass on how this particular engine moves. And so, yeah, like the more that we do, the faster it clicks. And that's like what you're doing, Gary. It's like going to snapshot the whole damn thing down and up. And that's what's grand about it. But ideally, just invest in your children and your friends and your neighbors and show them.
Hexicans and your Hexicans.
Hexicans.
Yeah.
I have no children. I don't got all that fucking dependent bullshit. You guys are the only people I give a shit about.
I have zero.
Well, thank you, Gary.
Gary's become my stepdad. He doesn't even know it yet.
There you go. Hexer Jones. And by the way,
I was just saying I was a stepdad for 8 years. So like not my kids, but I believe in trying to teach people the ability to help them future in life. That is the one trick that, inspires motivational speaker.
Doing the right thing, man.
Especially to men. Women have a nurturing nature when they're 22, 25, raising kids and stuff like that, right? But men, when we get to be 35, 40 years old, whether we've had kids or not, we become fucking a little bit more altruistic. We're like, hey, I need to pass on some knowledge before my fucking mortal coil fucking unravels for me one day. So we try to pass the knowledge on, and we do become more community driven when we're in our late 30s, 40s, 50s. We just naturally do. It's part of our tendency. And it's not because we are trying to necessarily climb that ladder. We've already usually climbed it. And we've become like, hey, I'm willing to Padawan fucking mentor you because it's gonna make me feel good when I fucking take my last breath.
It's
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a motherfucker have to go through the shit that I put myself
There you
through.
go. There you go.
It's like I see you young guys, and I go, man, I don't want you guys to have to make the same mistakes I did in order to, get through life. That's,
you figure it out and shit when you already know, right?
Yeah, and you feel like you want to help protect your young brothers and stuff,
Yep.
So that's what it's really all about, what Gary's talking about, because I feel the same
Yeah.
way. I mean, I feel nurturing to my kids and everything, but
Yep.
to you guys, man, I feel like this responsibility. And now that I really got a hold of something, like for the first time, I survived life. I just fucking survived, right? I did what I had to do to get where I'm at. But this, I finally got a hold of something like, oh shit, man, I could pass this on to motherfuckers, and this could change their lives, especially young guys, man. I could really fucking change their lives right now, and they won't have to go through and be this 50-year-old busted up fucking old man that I am. I can help some motherfuckers out, and that's what I feel like I got a hold of here. And that's why I feel so driven to keep this community going and to keep this thing out there and get it in front of as many people as possible, because I honestly and truly believe we're going to be saving lives and stuff. With this
I think so too. And a whole nother generation of educating those on how money actually works. Wales, Funding Jim, RG3, Kareem, Randy. I've heard you guys all talk about this. And this level of education, this is going to be what helps those who actually listen to the Discourse Syndicate and the Hexican community. This is going to be the education that keeps them from having that wealth gap leave them behind.
It's the most important thing that they actually listen to. I was homeschooled most of my life, and what matters is knowledge at one moment and one time, and being able to act on that one moment. That's the hardest thing. Like, yes, fiat on-ramp is hard. Do you want to be poor or wealthy? You know what you should do to get like that. That's the cliff notes right there. Do that little bit of homework and follow through. And everyone on this entire network has all their shit together from so many different branches of angles. As someone that does film nonsense shit for a living, everything here has everything that you need at all times. And guess what? It will grow, because that's the whole thing. Is our community is the same machine that eats. Just as price goes in, price goes out, t-shirt expire goes up, then the community learns that they can build on all of that shit.
Yeah,
This episode brought to you by Blue Chew.
Nice. That's why I say it's a cycle, right? Because it's what we call about applied knowledge, right? Because knowledge by itself doesn't really help, but until you apply it. So everything that we do, everything that we talk about is actionable. And the fact that we have that repetition, which I always talk about, mother of all skills, every week, it shows people, hey, we're not going anywhere. We're here. We talk about this. We're going to talk about it again and again. It's okay. It's okay to fail, but fail forward, right? Like the famous saying, right? It's okay to start at the bottom. It's not okay to stay there, right? So you have no excuse. Every week we're going to keep reminding you to the point where that's why one of my other testimonies from my friend was so dear to me, and it made me that surprise in Vegas, because the story is real. I talked to him like, dude, now we're making six figures. Like, let me just, let's just do the solo thing. I said, dude, you don't understand. Let me tell you, Boom, dream account. Put it in his fucking face. It went up 2x, another 2x. I mean, I keep showing to him because I think you don't understand. You don't understand. It's going to change your life. Thank God. Breaks, did it, boom. Now life changing, right? Why scared? Kid's great because he doesn't understand at first because people need to realize the level of bullshit people have to deal with on a day to day. Richard talked about a little bit on the stream today where like the consciousness is already sucked up. So much garbage, buy this, stimulus that, you know, little kids gambling. The little bit you have left, man, we're just trying to grab that. Say, hey, like shaking somebody through the screen, like, listen, come here.
I was dealing with this yesterday, Kareem, or 2 days ago. Having my birthday dinner, and I'm sitting there with my brother-in-law. You know, my wife went to the bathroom, so that's my chance, right? Because she doesn't like me talking about our money in front of her brothers, right? So, and I showed him my son's account, and I said, "You see this?" I said, "This is my kid. It's 10 to 15 year stakes with this crypto. I invested less than $1,000. It's now worth over $100." I said, I did this in less than a year and a half for my son. He's 3.5 right now. He's going to be unschooled, Kool-Aid. You know, we're not doing the old traditional route. My kid's going to learn about finance as soon as I can get it to understand, you know? And I showed him, I said, look, man, you can do this too. It's not too late, man. Start putting something in. And when you show money like that to a Panamanian where their average salary is only $500 to $700 a month, they're like, holy shit. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
So, you know,
and then you do that, and then you add that cool benevolence where it's like, listen, you're not on your own. There's a community. We talk about this every week, like because a lot of the time people don't get the excitement. They'll be like, oh, but what do I do? Like, how am I? And then it's like, it's okay, baby steps. Let's get you onboarded, step by steps. I want you to watch those videos. Like again, when you care, right? This is one of the things that I click with RG from the get go. And this is why I don't know if you guys know the story, but before I got to Discourse Syndicate, right, we talked for like over an hour. You know, because he made me realize that, dude, like you got value here you can bring to people. Because I thought maybe just my local vicinity, right? People around my state, whatever. And that's when I realized, no, like there's other people like me that actually give a fuck, like care beyond the money. We just want to like, how can we help people change their life? And you know, the whole teaching you how to fish instead of giving you the fish. And this, I just took that and I ran. I was like, oh wow, people care what I have to say. Let's do it. So, and then I just double down. And then as you get the result, it motivates you to double down even more, right? So like I was saying in Vegas all the time, like I'm just high on life. Like I did the interview until very, very last. I was like, dude, I got to talk to as many Hexicans as I can, shake hands. Shout out to Gary. You know, he hired those people, came and do the interview with us. Oh my God, Gary, I killed it. He was in
there. So I'm in line behind fucking Kareem, right?
I got a story for you.
So we're at the penthouse
Big
party that got the Big K put on, which was beautiful, by the way.
Beautiful, yeah.
And they're like, okay, hey, we need to get you guys in and do a quick interview if that's cool. And then I look and they drag Kareem in there. I'm like, oh, fuck. 3 fucking hours he was in there. When they got to me, they had no batteries left. They had no cards left. They had to go get new cards. They had to freaking charge all their batteries. I had to wait a whole nother hour just so the batteries would be enough so that I could get me like a 30-minute deal in because Kareem was in there for 3 fucking hours.
Yeah, the sun was out, and by the time he came out, the sun was no longer there.
Hey, and so,
because it's smaller paid to store that shit, right?
Before I forget my train of thought real quick, you guys are speaking about the community growing and getting better and perpetuating and us becoming the influencers and all that. And I think Wales can attest to this. So the reason for our success is because of Hex. Our community's success is because of Hex's success. Now, if Hex would have shitted out, we wouldn't be a strong community. We wouldn't be good. We wouldn't be who we are.
Yep.
But if you look at the math, right, Wales, the math says that this community is going to get better because Hex is going to get better. We're constantly going to grow because Hex is going to continue to push us up and to the right, just like it's going up and to the right no matter what, because the math and the contract say so. That's what this community's contract says, is that it is only going to grow, develop, and get bigger and better as time goes on.
So I want to give a shout out, even though he's not in this channel right now. Kurkowski, that guy has stepped up to the plate. I've stepped up to the plate. So you guys met, even though I was sick for 4 days or whatever. You know, that was $14,000 out of my pocket to fly these guys out of Miami, to get you guys on camera, to get all that content that we're going to be doing. And that had nothing to do with Hex. That's my own fucking money from other shit, right? So when you talk about the tragedy of the commons, you know, these guys are OG and they just made it and, you know, whatever. We're doing this shit so that the new guy that hasn't even heard of Hex hears about it in the future. That guy has a fucking opportunity.
Absolutely.
Speaking specifically to Kurkowski, to RG3, to KNTX, to, you know, Wales, to Kareem, everybody that puts content out there that's unpaid fucking sharing, you know, I'm diluting my opportunity because I'm giving it to you too, right? You need to realize that, sure, alignment of incentives, Richard has put that machine together to where we're aligned, right? But you do not see people investing into, I'm not going to directly benefit from you keeping your money and not getting ripped off. I'm not going to directly benefit other than the fact that you're going to pierce the haze of the bullshit of crypto and the bullshit of stock trade and the bullshit of narrative meme about, you know, I held on to so when I was after Hex or after Vegas, I went to California and I like Mike Maloney. I like fucking Peter Schiff. I did all this shit back in 2010. I worked my ass off for about a year and a half. I saved about 300 grand or something like that in cash and I put it into silver and gold, right? Had it buried like a fucking pirate treasure, right? And fucking, if I had known about Bitcoin in 2009 and 10, you guys wouldn't be talking to me, honestly. But anyways, so instead, I put 300 grand in cash into fucking silver, gold, and all, you know, 30 coins of gold and fucking 5,000 ounces of silver and shit. What did I do when I left the Hex fucking thing? I went in a fucking SUV for 4 days and sold to fucking everybody that came to me on Craigslist. I sold 150 grand, maybe 200 grand worth of silver in 5 days, right? And what's that money doing? It's fucking Hex.
Taking action.
Right? So when people say things like, and they are talking their bag, whether it's Peter Schiff or whoever it is, I'm not totally trying to shit on gold, but I am trying to say exactly what Richard just said. When they say, you know, it's undervalued, that means it's not fucking performing. You've been holding that shit for 11 years and it's undervalued. One day you're going to fucking have Roman times and you're going to be paying 1/10 of an ounce of silver so that you get a day's of labor. Fuck that shit, dude. We are living in a digital economy, movement of money, economic mass, participating in the marketplace and the reality that you're living in. That's exactly what Hex is doing.
Absolutely. And Gary, to piggyback on what you just said, which is so important, because I really want to give you that shout out because people
I got next.
Right? Yeah, sorry. No,
I got next. Go ahead.
So it's like, here's the story, right? They talked to me since the beginning, and I was actually postponing the interview. I'm like, dude, I'm here to see my people. I got to talk to as many people as I can. Hexican. Fuck. That's why I told RG in the beginning, I don't like the term influencer. I'm just Korean, part of the community. So I just delay, meet everybody, get the picture. And on the last day at the event with Kurkowski, that's when I was like, all right, well, let's do the interview. And I talked with the guy a little bit, and then that's when I find out, you know, Gary set it up, this and that. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, whoa, again, like RG, like everybody here, interests aligned, took initiatives, understand what we're here to do. And then the guy tell me, Gary, I don't know, that you specifically asked for me, and because he had a lot of like quote unquote tough questions, whatever. Oh, I eat that. It was crazy. So I was like, oh, Gary put me on and paid the money, and I didn't know how much, but I knew because again, shit's not free. Oh, it's on. It's fucking on. So I was out there. I first was, we'll do this. I just turn on the camera. Kareem is just live. So we did everything, and then turns out he loved it so much. He just keep asking more and more questions about Hex, mentality, everything, the tough questions. I address everything. Turns out he's an Aquarius like me, 1 year apart, birthday, give me his number. Talk about how he's going. Dude, wait for the content to come out. It's crazy good because there was a lot of like tough questions. I just addressed everything, talk about life, whatever. That's why it took so many hours. And then we were just talking. He jumped in, he got into the interview with me, and then the battery died.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they're going to SEO. They're going to distribute this over. I mean, we paid for all this stuff to where they're going to distribute it over content. You guys can be able to meme it and do all kinds of shit with what happened in Vegas.
But I was
actually because I was ill and I couldn't participate. I flew. You guys saw my stream. I flew from San Jose, California, just to Miami, rented a penthouse, $700 a night or whatever, because I'm a business. Right? Because my LLC is fucking paying for me to do this. You do not need to be spending your own money. You need to fucking build a company and a brand. But anyway, so my company basically paid for me to do that so that I can do 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever. And I took these guys to dinner and stuff, and they shot me, for a couple of hours just to make up the fact I wasn't there in Vegas, really. Yeah. So you're seeing what I'm trying to get at is every single one of us, whether we're investing time that we could be doing other shit or and making money, or if we're investing actual money in the tragedy of the commons kind of narrative, we're doing it for the benefit of every fucking Hexican, everybody that has never heard of Hex before, and you're winning from our economic mass, sure, because we have money to basically put it into stuff, and we have it often. Like I said, I've never sold a goddamn Hex. I've never sold a Hex. Yep. I've had rent revenue. I've had, I've sold $1 million real estate properties and shit like that. I have never sold a goddamn Hex. But do I believe in Hex? Absolutely, right? So that's why I'm willing to invest 14 grand to bring 2 guys out, put them up in a hotel, give them a rental car, have them talk to the audience, existing Hexicans. That's why me and Kurkowski did that shit for you guys.
Go ahead, Wales.
Wales, please.
Oh, I almost forgot. I was just enjoying the show, man. No, but I just wanted to piggyback off the gold stuff because I even have shown real time that the Fed is actually it's one of their deals to manipulate the price of gold and silver, specifically gold, because that's what people view as money. That's what they confiscated from everybody in 1933. Right, like gold is really an attack vector towards the people via their controlling mechanism, which is fiat currency. So this is something that people really have to understand. This is why you have Gary telling you, hey, you need to have a business. You need to, and it's funny because I actually started talking about this with Papa B the other day and with Mark because it's true. Like we don't even talk about this, but you have all these people with all this money now and they are just exposed, right? Like they're honestly exposed. And this is something that, you have to now start learning to do because getting rich is easy. Staying rich is not.
Absolutely. You will get people that come out of the woodwork that now know you have money. You will have people that sue you over a fender bender. You'll have a girl that fucking does something that ends up causing you heartache. John McAfee filed bankruptcy not because he was fucking bankrupt. It's because he was tired of getting goddamn sued.
It's a tactical move.
You have to do a tactical move. You have to put. I mean, again, you need to consult. This is not financial advice. You need to talk to your local professional based on your jurisdiction. But you need to look at things like trust. You need to look at the fact that you need to be non-suable. You don't need to own anything as your fucking social security number and yourself. But you can control everything.
Correct.
You can control everything. Right.
Yeah. And that's what makes us different, right? People like us that understand or have owned their own business. So when the money comes, we already know what to do with the money because we already have plans. We already have done things in motion. So when you see that and you understand the value, you know how to make it even grow. So when I know that, Gary spend money or Discourse Syndicate or I spend money, it's like, how do we maximize this value being, deployed because it's for the greater good of the community? That's another reason why I put my best foot forward. I'll be like, dude, I'm going to make sure that thing goes a long freaking way for every dollar spent, to the point where the guy himself, I probably turned him to a Hexican by the end of it. And then he's just watched us the whole weekend, how we were interacting as a community.
No, there was a guy like that. There was a guy like that. We met him.
It's the guy. It's very good at what he does. He wasn't around.
Really?
Without showing that he was around. He was just
no. It was another guy. I don't think it was the same guy. This was another guy.
There was a crew.
I don't know. I don't think it was so. I don't know if you remember when we went to Battlefield Vegas.
Yeah.
Went to set it up. There was this guy that was just randomly standing there. I don't know if you remember him. He had a hat on.
Yeah, there was 2 crew because there was Gary's crew.
He was part of the crew. I didn't think so.
No, because Allen had somebody too, but I don't know what they did.
There was a group of 2 and a group of 3. One by yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misheard you. Okay.
Because I knew it was him because behind closed door when we did the interview, that's when I found out who he was. And so, because every time I was just randomly talking to people doing the event, just taking pictures and talking, he was just like slowly like doing videos and stuff. Like like a good cameraman when like he's there but he's not there. You have to really pay attention. So people can just be in their normal self, and that was just like great film. The way he was doing the thing, the question that he asked. It was just gold. So I just can't wait for the content to come out for people to see because Gary, I made you proud. So it's just like, especially when I knew It was special request, and then I put two and two together. That's not fucking free. Somebody paid for that. So this is how you show gratitude.
I didn't realize all that, honestly.
You make sure that it goes along with any work, and that's what the ethos of Hex is, right? You did the work, you did the research, boom, you get the reward. Even when I was giving the wallet or the free hoodie, like I'm proud to report, some people have like 20x on their, $500-$600 stakes turn into like 30 grand. Oh, they did it for freaking 175 per shipping, whatever, $100 hoodie. And now it's like best decision they ever made. And then now they have a crazy staking ladder. So it's just, we're teaching people the right thing. They still got to do the action, but it's doing the thing that's going to benefit them long term. And when they see that, it blows my mind. So I was like, yo, and initiatives too.
So speak again to, if you're in the audience, if you're watching this in the future, when you do a super chat, when you donate in some way, when you put something to the Discourse Syndicate network, it is a 10x on your money, really, at least, right? Because, the influence game, the brand game, the get the message in front of people that buy the token and hold it, that's the whole fucking thing. Everybody's looking for up and to the right, and there's never been a better designed product. And if you want to get that message out, yes, we have funds, and yes, we're fucking investing funds from our own regular businesses, from our things that had nothing to do with fucking crypto, Again, I think I spent $1,500 on renting. I don't even like fucking cars anymore. I used to have a 12-car garage. I used to have a fucking stable of shit when 8 years ago.
Things change, don't they, Gary?
I go through stages where I'm fucking, for a while I'll be super materialistic and super fucking accrue material things to validate my fucking ego. And then I'll go through a phase where I'll be like, fuck all that shit. That's fucking burden. Let me just, if it doesn't fit in a backpack, I don't need it. Just let me have a liquid account and a fucking Airstream. And I'll live in a fucking Airstream at the beach for fucking a couple years. So I've done that shit, right? And when I put money into something from other cash flow resources, yes, it's going to benefit me because I want thousands of fucking Hexicans rich. I want these guys fucking rich because it pierces the veil and it keeps people from trading and fucking up their lives, ruining their relationships, losing their jobs, fucking living a depressed life in a fucking car, instead of, living the life of abundance that they should be from the principles that Richard and the Hexicans have been putting out there.
Absolutely. And you know what's crazy? I had this crazy thought that I've been saying, people call me crazy, like, when I stake all the 15 years and somebody say, Kareem, what happened? Something happens to you, you die, this and that. I'm like, dude, first of all, reality of life, we're all going to die one day, right? But with the energy, the education, and the love that I have for the Hexicans, hey, worst case scenario, like Richard said earlier to me, like, it's done. Well, guess what? The money just go for the Hexicans, just stay there, it just bleeds out. So to a certain degree, the whole system is like a big trust. Does that make sense? So it's just like money just comes out and it's well spent and it's just better the overall of people. So this is why I'm so motivated. It's like whether I end up collecting in the end or somebody else, a family member, or just end up just bleeding out, I know it's going in the right place because of the time, the effort, the energy, the people involved, and the mindset that we have. So I think like Hex by itself is like a giant trust fund in a way. And as we keep deploying the money the best we see fit, that's going to help the community and help people, like Gary just said, getting away from that slavery and have their financial freedom, their own little, version of fucking money. That to me is the ultimate win. So
I want to highlight one more thing is about, do you remember the GameStop thing and Ja Rule and fucking everybody saying, please don't sell, hold because we're going to fuck up this hedge fund and shit like that, right? Okay, so that's a narrative where you say, oh, let's lock arms because we're just going to hold, right? And my bag will go up because your bag will go up. That is not what you see right now in a Hex. You do not see that saying, oh, don't sell. We're going to ostracize you. Oh, you fucking broke the line. We're going to lose the battle because you fucking were weak or something like that. You do not see that. When people take profit, you say, hey, you need to take profit. Take profit. That's exactly what this thing is. You see the price? The price doesn't fucking move. You're seeing money fucking exit into dollar. Maybe people have real life needs. Maybe they have insecurity about, maybe I should have it in a dollar position, whatever it is. But you do not see beratement by Hexicans that know you fucking sold. You do not see us say, hey, man, you're fucking us up because you're not holding the price. No, we're not. We're saying, hey, you probably have a real world need. You probably, maybe you have a fear moment. You'll come back. You'll buy higher. Because we're going to keep on fucking trenching up into the goddamn right. The fucking chart thing that Richard has to have a special made fucking suit. That shit is going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yep.
Nice. Shout out to Shape Crypto in the comment. I didn't know. Shout out to you, man. Glad I onboarded you that way, and then congrats on your stake once again. So just saw that.
That's awesome. I want to give a giant shout out to Hexmac on Twitter. Thank you, man. He just had a huge tweet he just threw out there saying pay it forward at the Real Kinetics at RG3 Discourse Syndicate, and so I did retweet that, saying letting everyone know in the Hexican community all funds donated to Discourse Syndicate will be spent on media and marketing to pump all of your guys' Hex and PulseChain bags. So that is a promise we have made and we will keep for you guys.
And shout out to Crypto Vince again for paying the funeral for the brother, man. That was, again, another great way to spend money the right way. So Hexicans, man. Yes,
Thanks, Sammy Chica, for the $10 and the spicy comment. We always expect
this guy's got attitude.
I love Sammy. She keeps it real.
Yeah, she does.
She does not play.
No. Man, I'm glad she's on my side.
Yeah, right.
Right. That's a fact.
I mean, it's not that you gotta be careful, right?
She's the perfect definition of like, listen, we're not nice, we're kind. You kind?
Yep.
We're gonna be kind to you. You talking shit?
Bye.
There is a difference between being nice and being kind, and we are kind.
That's right.
Correct.
I want to give a big shout out too for XO Joe and Captain RG3, since you guys were on stream on Monday together. That was an awesome stream. It was an awesome story time. It's nice to get to know the background of you guys both a little bit better. I mean, I've heard our captain's story. He and I have talked in private. You know, we're business partners, so we've talked about a lot that we haven't talked about on air. But it was nice to know more about you, XO Joe, and I appreciate you, brother. You've always been super generous and super appreciative that you found this community. And I just want, from everyone else that feels the same way as I do, we feel the same about you, man. So we're glad you're here in the community. RG3, you threw out a huge point that I tweeted later Tuesday morning. And I got a lot of response. I got over 200 likes and retweets on, and it was all about all the people on Twitter. If you guys don't like the way the Hexicans come at people, I'm paraphrasing, it's your fault we're this way. You guys attacked us first. We were just protecting our own. So if the crypto community doesn't like how ferocious we are, ferocious and voracious that we are on Twitter, it's because of them that we are that way. And it was RG3's rant on Monday night that spawned that.
Goddamn right. But Knipples, here's the one thing that we counter with intelligence, right? Like Hexicans can be ferocious, but not stupid, because
we have facts. We have facts.
Right, that's the whole thing. Facts and
We
history.
got the chart on our side. We got the chart on our side.
Reality.
Where did the chart hurt you? Where did the chart hurt you? Is my favorite line from Richard Hart. Show me on the chart where it hurt you.
That whole reality thing. That's such a good line. That's such a good line. I didn't hear that. That's awesome. Show me on the chart where I hurt you. That's amazing.
Yep.
That's epic. Absolutely. And that's the key. I mean, if you watch, the interview, when even Richard do interviews, and when the people come correct, it's civil, it's nice, they get educated, it's great. Like especially the last, 2-3 interviews that we saw, right? Amazing. It's only when they start doing like crazy stuff that, then they get the kind version, and then and that's Hex style. So it's not like all of the time. No, I'm not trying to say like it's always justified, but it's just like most of the time when we come strong is because first they attacked us first, right? So we have to defend ourselves, because we're not going to be pushed over, because we tried that in 2017 and 2016 and not care and whatever and let shit go. But now, no, it's too important now.
My turn to talk, because I'm a latecomer. So let me explain something to you guys as an outsider looking in. Okay, I'm an outsider looking in. I wasn't here at the beginning. I showed up in fucking October at the end of the motherfucker, not even a whole month before Big Payday. Not even. I had to figure that shit out in 3 weeks. So let me tell you guys how it looks to an outsider, so people can have this shit clear as day, and there's like no further confusion, because Hexicans are not in the wrong, period. They're not. And I'm going to tell you why. When I got here, I happened to find about Hex. It's not something you're just going to have thrown out there like a fucking anchor or some bullshit you never even heard of. Number one, right? That's number one. Hex is just not paraded in front of you. So for you to find it, it actually requires some type of luck or work. You don't just find hex. It's not plastered all over the place, okay? Very important to understand that. Very, very important, because I didn't even find it looking for crypto shit. Didn't even find it looking for crypto shit. So it's very important people understand that, okay? Because everything that you guys had to deal with was literally on purpose. It was clearly belligerent demeanor 100% of the way through. There is no doubt about it in my mind, because the tune was always the same up until last week, period. So I don't want to see all this bullshit about, oh, these guys with views and all that. Fuck them motherfuckers, period. They're lucky Richard goes on their fucking show. Yeah. They are lucky. I don't think people understand that shit because they don't fucking know what crypto actually is.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, go watch my first fucking video so you can actually educate yourself, because it's not a fucking Celsius, period. It's not a motherfucking Cardano. It's not a fucking Bitcoin.
Period.
It's not a fucking Ethereum. So get your fucking mind right and understand what you own, because I don't think a lot of people do. We don't have to bend over and placate to anybody.
Nope.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Because we are crypto and we are fucking DeFi. We are number one in every facet of all of those categories. Period. End of discussion. It's only a matter of time before people discover it, because they have no fucking choice. And this is a fucking hex clip. Dead ass. Because everybody out here is losing their fucking mind if they think Hexicans have to bend over to any of those clowns.
Nope.
Doesn't matter how mainstream they are. They're not crypto. We are crypto. This is a crypto fucking currency.
Mm-hmm.
The only one.
Crypto better than them.
Damn right. And it's the only one. So do not get it confused. We don't have to do shit. We do what we want. We set the tone. And we are setting the tone with professionalism, with education, right? We do the right things. We're not out here doing anything but the right thing.
Yep.
So don't forget that.
Every step of the way.
We're trying to help people. It's obviously pumping my bags is going to make me wealthier.
But we all benefit when everybody benefits.
Yes,
we all benefit when everybody benefits.
This is one of the few systems where everybody benefits.
Yep. Everything that happens in this world that's fucked up is due to economic circumstance. People aren't out here robbing and killing because they're paid.
Yep.
That's true.
I mean,
no, that's facts. That's something.
This is very simple.
That's why I did everything I did in the streets. It was all for money. It was all for money. It
Everybody
wasn't for
does it for the same reason. End of discussion. Like, this is not rocket science, my people.
That's so true. In Africa, we have the same we say all the time about education, whatever. People talk to shit. Oh, why don't you go to school? I'm like, bitch, I don't know what I'm going to eat for lunch.
Exactly.
You go back home, your belly is full. You got food on the fucking. Because it's so crazy because they don't realize it, right? There's this famous quote that says, privilege is blind to those who have it.
That's true.
But like, it's a very powerful quote because you don't know what you have until you lose it.
So you don't have it.
You know, whether it is freedom of speech, this, that, but the basic needs. Talking about food, and then they're walking around trying to judge people. I mean, hey, hurting another human being is still bad, but if you understand certain circumstances that people are put through, and then they have to go back to that basic instinct of the human.
Survive.
It's very
sad.
Survive. That's why I work so hard to make sure never get there. And if we can have as many people never get there, man, this thing fixes itself. And most people don't need much. That's why I like the term, fuck you money. Like it differs for anybody. There's some people that honestly, you give them a nice set of t-shirt, 50, you get like 30, but depends on where you live. You got your thing set up. You got your wife, kids, whatever. You just set.
The fact of the matter is, we're on here talking about life-changing information for free from every single angle possible, because everybody that comes on the stream has their own point of view. Everybody adds value if they're willing to sit and talk.
All I know is you guys got me pulsing.
Hey, man.
So Kareem, I did some quick math, so I adopted another family to try to
let's bring it back down now.
Quick math. Drop it, Kool-Aid.
Yeah, well, $420. I did some stupid quick maths with some stupid conservatory shit. Dude, it's like 2.4 million. of $250 fucking dollars on me, like running the numbers in my head and be like, yeah, I that's super conservative. Why wouldn't you invest in other things where you could be like $250? Easy turnaround. To mine.
I don't know. That's a crazy question to not have an answer to.
If you can't afford to throw $500 into Hex 15 years into the future, then you shouldn't even be watching crypto streams. You're in the wrong game, honestly. You shouldn't
be doing better things with your time.
Yes, you need to be out. You need a second and maybe even a third job.
I'm about to say.
Truth to power, baby. If you're going to
figure it out,
right.
You need to figure it out for sure.
Yep. Because
learn how to do something productive.
Exactly. Because sometimes we're going to tell you the quote unquote unpopular thing, but that's the thing that actually saves your fucking life, right? Building that skill, understanding the delayed gratification. Because if you don't, that's what gets you wrecked. That's why I would say it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? It's get rich for sure. It might take time. That's how equity is built.
Let me tell you,
I'm a better person by the time that the money matures. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man, I spent 10 years chasing fast money trading, and like you make some and you lose some.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, net I'm up, but I'm not rich from this shit because it's hard because you're not taking risks the right way. Exactly. And no matter how smart you think you are, you're just not, because at the end of the day, you're gonna feel a certain way, and that's how you're gonna trade.
Mm-hmm.
No matter
and that's
what.
Before you calculate your opportunity cost, because have you had money backward, park the money, because we both talked about it before, like hundreds of grand up, hundreds of grand down. Imagine you just park that thing, forget about it, let it grow, go build steel.
Go to sleep, boy. Do whatever you want. Fucking run a bookstore, whatever. Like, do something.
It's a win-win all around. You get your life back, you get your freedom back, you will make way more money. And less stress, man.
I'm gonna dig up bottle caps on the beach with my metal detector.
How do you guys feel about the fact that the bull run is not going to stop for fucking Hex when the bear market is fucking hitting everything else?
I wish it would hit Hex.
I hate to say that, but
I know it's not gonna.
This is why my method
it's not designed for that.
This is why my method is buy as much as you can.
How long do people that sit in a bear and feel the pain of bear and do look at nomics or catch by accident some stream and they're like, what the fuck? Why am I bearing it out and crying over here in my misery when I can put my pittance, so when Hex was launching, and I think it's probably really maybe right before Big Payday or whatever, I was looking for fucking crumbs. I was like, oh yeah, remember? So I left some bullshit in some fucking Ethereum address of some stupid ass ICO that's only, I've only got $400 from the 10 grand I put in or whatever left.
Yep. How do I get that piece of shit Monero wallet to sync so I can get rid of that shit real quick?
That was my problem. And I did that shit before Big Payday. That's now hundreds of thousands of fucking dollars. That's hundreds of thousands of fucking dollars on the goddamn crumbs of the bullshit that I lost money in 2017.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oops. That's
I slept on a hell of a banana peel there, didn't I?
Yeah. A couple $100 could go a long way, Once man crashes, another man, like you never know what's gonna happen. And once you're in the long-term value.
Yo, check this out. It's been 87 days since the top in April.
Oh, and wow. They passed out some good hopium out there because these motherfuckers, even on that stream with Richard the other day, they still think there's hope for this.
They started hopeful, but they became realists. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's true. That's true. The two did change towards the end. So my thing is, it's been 87 days of staring at all red except one. You know what I mean? I think there's a reason we're seeing such a big jump in the numbers. Yeah. And the longer this thing continues, and this thing being the contraction in the cryptocurrency market, at least the promise coin market, the more we're going to see adoption of Hex. I mean, it's just inevitable.
Absolutely. And just literally on a monthly chart, just over the last 30 days, we're up over 50%. And what I love about the bear market the most is literally like, it's the time where the people get crushed and whatever. It flush all the noise. the fake deals versus what's real, because the test of time, right? The tide is going down. We see now who's swimming naked, who's going to put up and who's going to shut up. And that to me is one of the biggest gifts, because now people can see the bullshits and influence that I've been feeding them for so many years.
Time.
They had the bliss, they had the ignorance, because but you don't understand.
Look,
like I said this joke all the time about fucking Dogecoin, when it's fucking shit. He goes, I'm like, you don't understand. It's a joke when it's joke time. When the fucking thing fucking crashed.
Where do I get one of them?
They're like, hey, why is it not going back up? Hey, you remember when I told you it was a fucking joke? You didn't want to listen? My friend called me back to the I'm so sorry. Thank God she got out before the shit went back below, 20 cents.
Yo, look, I think in early January, June, I always mix that up. I think I might have hit like 1,000 subs, right? In early June. In the last 30, 40 days, I already doubled from the 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Double.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing people like Hodl Dog and stuff like that growing faster. You're seeing
right.
Thousands and thousands of people joining Richard's YouTube,
Twitter,
and,
his Twitter
account,
his YouTube. Up. I mean, everything Hex, and that's my point. I'm nobody. I just started. It took me 5 months just to get to 1,000, or however long it was, because I started at the end of January. So from the end of January until early June, it took me that long to get 1,000 subs. And all of a sudden now in 30, 40 days, 500. That's 50%. Boom.
And there's the ripple effect too, because Richard's averaging almost 700 a day plus up. And then as you enter the community, because Richard doesn't always obviously stream because he's busy.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
It just brings
but he's streaming a lot more lately, though.
Exactly. Yeah. On
the
those
preponderance of the streams are more frequent lately.
Yes. So when they come in and they join the chat and they get to see what's going on, oh wow, I want to get more content, more breakdown. Boom, boom, boom. That's when the trickle down comes in. I fucking love it.
I love that mug, yo. That mug is the best. Isn't he? He's in the chat too. Ross is in the chat.
Ross is the ultimate FN Hangout troll. He is our FN Hangout troll.
Yeah, that's my salute to my favorite troll. That's for sure.
Love it.
Like, I just can't wait what the stats gonna be just by the end of the month. And then next month, Jesus, just wait. When those fucking Bitcoin comes out of fucking grayscale, the 20,000 Bitcoin, just wait.
Oh man,
it's gonna be shit.
That shit is gonna be epic.
And when they're all rushing from the door, let's go buy Hex, they're gonna realize how illiquid that shit is.
They're gonna
wait.
They might just be wishing for 10,000 Hex, $10,000 Bitcoin. When they're like, no, I won't go to 10,000, and then
I'm gonna charge all those plebs on board the Hex. I'm gonna say it right now.
Let me give you a hint. If you thought that day, because I remember I watched it live in 2017. If you thought that day when you saw the almost Bitcoin flipping, the Bitcoin cash was crazy, just fucking wait. It's going to be even more savage. It's going to get to a point where this is how we're going to get to number 2 market cap even faster, because everything's going to keep dying and then something's just going to surge and suck the fucking liquidity out. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be epic. It's going to be fun.
Man, look.
Just wait.
I wonder what's going to happen.
On top of that shit,
what's going to happen to the institutions when that shit happens?
Let me help you. Let me dump some more.
What's going to happen to the institutions when Bitcoin does break down? That's what I want to know. I really don't know if they're going to hold on.
Hey, can someone put the opera music down for a second?
Yeah, what's going on?
Anyone mind?
Is that you, RG?
Not me.
It's Kool-Aid.
The ultimate troll move, right? Ultimate troll move. The institutions dump the Bitcoin and then they buy Hex.
Like, yo, that's just been going up for
let's get some
days straight. What are we thinking here?
But all right, it was nice playing. Yeah, let's dump this. Oh, we heard about this new thing over there, 30%. Yeah, let's go get that. Move the liquidity over there. Dude, that's what they fucking did. That's what they fucking did.
Like, what do you guys honestly think is gonna happen when people figure this? Like, people haven't figured it out. Like, people haven't figured it out. Everybody doesn't know Nomics exists.
I don't know if it was JP Morgan or Circle. There was a big institution that literally rock pulled a project. They took the liquidity out and then they went to pump a shitcoin real quick because they heard about one of the little duck whatever.
What?
They did like a weekly move, and that was just not. And they don't care because they only care about the yield.
Yeah, of course.
They're not your fucking friends. If they see an opportunity,
they're gone.
Wait until they find out about Hex after they come to get all that liquidity out. Oh yeah. Oh, we heard about this thing. Okay, let's go park some money over there.
What do you guys thought? You know, like during the stream, I saw the chat. You know, as far as what Richard was on earlier, and everybody was. I mean, not everybody, but there's a lot of people that were trolling and fucking hating and shit like that. They're like, you know, we need to short Hex. We need to short Hex. We need to short Hex. How do you fucking short something you do not have? And there's not a market for it.
You can't.
So everybody wants to have this belief system that they're going to quote unquote short Hex.
I mean, that's just an ignorant statement, right? That's an ignorant statement.
Insane.
It's an ignorant statement.
You have to buy. You have to push the market up in order to short it. So,
I think they might be talking about BitMEX because
BitMEX,
BitMEX is just it's not a real coin, right? So I think it's the only place they'll be able to do it.
That's a perpetual contract or some bullshit like that. Like it's not a real copy of the coin, right? Like you're just trading something that the exchange controls, and that's how they scam wick you. That's how they liquidate you, right? And that's what people don't understand. They're not actually trading the coin. They're trading a copy of it.
You want a long ETH? You long ETH with Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. Like how are you doing that exactly?
That's how they do it on.
And you know, Richard highlighted today. You know, why does it move? Oh, it moves because the biggest pairs are Ethereum and Bitcoin. And why does everything that's linked to Ethereum as the other half of an AMM? Oh, that's why that moves. And when you get out of Ethereum and you're in a stable coin, like we're doing with most of the liquidity inside of Hex, this shit is going to look so good on charts. To everybody that looks at fucking charts, they're like, how did this idiot George keep me away from looking at this bullshit? Why am I even listening to this fool?
He's going to run out of people to block because it's going to be so much. He's probably going to shut down his
I was making that point somewhere too. Like you can't honestly believe the quantity of subscribers that he has are actually tuning in to view his crap.
Yeah,
like you can't believe that.
I'm telling you, there's going to be lynch mobs. After
are you
kidding me? Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
He started to change his tone now, and then the ultimate troll douchebag move. He has a fucking shit too with his name on it, Geo, which has been dying since he fucking launched it. Like,
the dirt on that guy is crazy. The dirt on that guy is crazy. Like you talking crap and you got a shit coin under your name. Like
you thought maybe he got 400,000 subscribers. He's gonna come and bully his way fucking through. No, bitch, we're gonna check you out at the door. Let you know. Like we say all the time, subscriber doesn't mean intelligence. Don't get that fucking twisted.
Yeah, I don't know.
We should do what Richard says, Ghost. And the more you talk about him,
I don't engage. I don't engage any of the furu crap on Twitter. Like nope, not doing it.
Take the subscriber away.
I'm not doing it. Like, not doing it. Like those people are not worthy of anybody's time in this community, and I don't think people understand that. Like they don't even understand what crypto is. Like people in Hex community even understand how Bitcoin works. Though these people don't even know that. Like straight up, they don't even know that. And you people are giving them time and space. Like what the fuck is going on here? Like they are not worthy. I don't think you understand that. Like literally not worthy at all. It's wild to consider, but it's true. Like I'm sorry to break it to you if you didn't know, but they really don't know anything.
Boom.
Thank you, Latin American Crypto, for the major super chat of 5555.
Yep.
Hexicans are not playing around with these trolls anymore. We are changing lives in the world of crypto, one person at a time. That's right. That's right. That's right. There's nothing else to do. What else is there to do? Honestly, think about it. What else is there to do? Just sit there and let these clowns do what the fuck they want with your life? Do that if you want. I'm not gonna. So it's all about what you want to do. We all make our choices. Right?
Rails, did you still sign up for Ilio's trading course though?
That's funny.
So you can get your NFTs and the gaming.
Oh my god, yo. This clown was talking about gaming like it was the next frontier. That shit was funny.
Like, nah, come on. DeFi is where it's at, And I love how Richard said, okay, let's not turn the little kids to gamblers.
Yeah, like, Richard did highlight that. He's like
what is wrong with you?
You already have bad attention span, and you're going to turn these into degenerate gamblers.
You got to be asinine in the head to think that makes any sense.
This shit can change people's fucking lives and livelihood, and you want to talk about how you're going to turn people to more gamblers? Are you serious?
To gaming? gaming is the future of what, bro? Of what exactly? People are gonna sit there and play on their phone to do what?
That killed me. That killed me when he
Do a
said that.
fake task in a fake world? Like, what the fuck planet are you living on, bro?
Yeah,
Wake
you
up.
really just showed your colors. You
Wake
really
the fuck
just
up, bro.
showed
Like,
your
what
hand.
kind of thought process is that? That's some questionable ass shit right there.
Yeah,
It is.
we have
It
a
is.
bigger use case, changing people's lives. I think that's more important.
Like, what? That's very simple. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we'll play the video game later.
I honestly can't believe I sat there and watched that entire thing. Like, to me,
Richard, I
shit is
wouldn't have.
crazy.
I just watched it for Richard.
Yeah. Obviously.
Oh, he was just so happy. I was just so happy to see him just.
Yeah, no.
smile,
Look, he's in stellar form. He's in stellar form lately.
Yeah.
Like, he's playing the role.
I don't know about
to
you
the
guys,
T.
but I'm just in it for the technology.
Yeah, right.
Me too.
No.
More money.
KNTX wants to enable countries that don't have banking systems.
That's right.
He's only trying to help, people he's never met before, so that they can fucking buy their bananas.
That's right. Absolutely. I'm trying to bank the unbanked here.
That was awesome. Dude, that was awesome.
Yo, hold on, man. Hold on. Can we talk about something for a fucking second? So I was looking through some tweet shit on the internet today, some social site, whatever. And I was going through what were considered, I guess, my most engaged tweets or whatever. And one of them happened to be one where it was Grayscale tweeting out one of their assets that they hold in their books.
I know. Shitcoin.
Hold on. Yes, it was a shitcoin. And it's everybody's favorite, the one we were just talking about, Gary.
This is when you know it's bad because they run out of shit to buy.
This is supposed to be a whole platform, not a single fucking thing on it. Cardano is what I'm talking about, clearly.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
it's
whole
go beyond,
platform.
and it's like they don't even have smart contracts still. I can't believe this shit, this shenanigan lasts for this many years.
He announced it was coming out in a couple of weeks.
How much
He
do you
announced
this much money with paperwork?
When Richard popped off on him a few months ago, he had this big ad come out that in a couple of weeks they're going to have smart contracts and nothing.
Like what? Oh, and by the way, I heard today he's teaming up with fucking Ethereum Classic. Bitch, go create your own smart contract. Don't be like,
now he's going back to Eve.
it's not even ready yet.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And then you got time, the audacity, right? You have time.
I'm done with this project.
Go fucking build some shit.
Even come back.
And
It's
then,
very,
watch-
Cardano as a meme is really becoming the XRP, the new version of XRP.
Oh, yeah,
Just
for
to dump on
sure.
people's heads.
You nailed it.
IOHK is a paid contract paid by.
Yo, when is the next Vegas meetup? I'm ready to talk about this shit in person and laugh over some steak.
And then watch how they might create a bridge, right? And then might do something with Ethereum Classic, and then they're gonna say that, oh yeah, we did that. Like, no, Charles is really good at doing those fake partnerships and then trying to use them to say he's building something when there's just vaporware.
Anytime you see a partnership,
He's
run
starting
the
to
other
look more and more
fucking
like
way.
Justin Sun to me. Real talk.
Yeah, very
Run
You know
the
what's
other way.
hilarious? You know what's hilarious? In a fucked up way, at least Justin delivers some level of a blockchain. In a fucked up way. But Cardano, dude, I don't even know.
I knew that there was something wrong when I saw that picture of crypto finally like simping all over him on his lap that one day. I was like, no, man, this guy, there's problems going on here.
It's really bad because I feel like if the federal government had assigned an agency to make a Cardano, they would have done it faster. This is some
yeah.
shit going on, man.
Yep.
How many
Yo.
fucking years this thing's been in
I'm
construction?
fucking
It's like
dying over here
2014
just
or-
thinking about
It
it.
started in like
Cardano,
2013 or 14,
yeah.
dude.
Exactly. Cardano's been
14.
around almost as long as Ethereum.
Exactly.
Yep. It's been reaching out to help Ethereum Classic.
Fucking crazy. You know what's even more? You know what's even more disgusting?
How ironic is that?
Yep.
Yeah, and even
Very
more disgusting,
EOS voice fucking announcement, all that bullshit that was going on a year. Oh, we're gonna do voice. We're gonna have the big fuck all
Where
that
is
shit,
it?
dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
the
Look,
voice
man.
chat, the voice chat on Telegram is better than their fucking voice. That's how disgusting it is. And you're talking to somebody that was in the fucking ICO phase. Let me remind people to know. I bought this thing less than $2 right away, all the way to fucking 21. Hold it all the way back down. That's how much the audacity took out fucking money. And then what did you do? You go and you buy back Ethereum and the product you're supposed to kill, and you bought a bunch of Bitcoin, and you're bragging about it by being on the rich league. Like, come on now.
In real estate,
Hutchinson, no better. He owns a bunch of Bitcoin than fucking Ethereum. He doesn't even own his own shit that much. Like, it's a slap in the face, man. I don't even know how those
Wow.
people wake up
And
then
here
look at the
is
fucking mirror
Richard
and then
Hart standing
Boy.
face forward,
Boy.
taking all the bullshit on.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep. And he's going to deliver a product front run fucking Ethereum 2.0 with Ethereum 1.0 better.
Yeah, all the goddamn promise things. Yeah, David, you're right about that shit. Come on now.
Say it again.
That shit. You know what? We're gonna make that shit trendy now. Like, yes, no more promise coin. Build some shit, bring it in here. I don't care if it's like small in the beginning.
Yo, that's why I'm so crude.
Shit,
That's
I
why
don't
I'm so crude, man. Fuck them people. Fuck them people.
Since Hex, I made that decision. Only finished product.
Yo, I'm an outsider looking in. When I left crypto,
no more promise.
it was bad, but when I started, it was nothing like it was when I left. And then when I came back, it's just an abomination. It's a complete and utter mess. Like, you have people like this freaking George Costanza that's Asian, right? Fucking just talking shit, and he doesn't even know anything. It's like literally.
What's that George Costanza Asian?
It's an unmitigated disaster.
And this guy has.
It's the same thing that happened with Elio and all of the shit from a year and a half ago. Was they get onto a trend and they're like, I need to put some content out there so that my audience thinks that I'm the first mover in the commentary. That's all it really is.
Yep.
Bullshit.
That's one of the best comments.
Good for you, Hex Logic. Good for you, Hex Logic. You know, one of my favorite emotions ever that just sums that up in so many words is get the fucking.
I forgot about that.
I remember that. Oh my
God. Good old days, man.
Yep. Take me back to my childhood. Thank you guys for taking me back to my childhood. Let me play games against all you guys all night.
You guys were talking about gaming and stuff, and what Elliot was saying. I do have to say though, man, the people that are doing really well in crypto tend to be the alphas. I mean, I think Hex has really attracted the alpha crew, and we're not the type of guys that go sit and spend 10 hours playing video games.
No,
I mean, I retired from gaming. I think I was like 30.
Fuck that, exactly.
Dude, my businesses, my real estate stuff, all the things I've been doing is only so I can get more Hex. I've ramped up.
Listen to what you just said,
my money,
dude.
man.
Do you guys hear what I'm
my
Gary,
economic
this is
engine
about,
is
man.
just so I can get more Hex.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I've been talking about since day one. People have to bend down. It's too good. It's too good. Gary, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you?
Doesn't make any sense to anybody that doesn't look.
The value proposition is too good. The PE is too good. And then this is why true accumulation never ends. Literally every month I end up with this excess fucking cash that I don't fucking need.
Yep.
And I'm like, where am I gonna park it where I know for sure is gonna give me a return, especially in the long run? It's a no fucking brainer.
It's crazy, man. Damn, man. It's so crazy. This is like a major cheat code. It's driving me insane right now just thinking about it because it's so bananas. Like, think about this
of having a business or work in the real world when you actually have major money. You know what the fuck's going on.
What
you take
business is netting you 40%?
Yeah,
15 years.
We're not out there guessing and then letting, and then with title. So
well, then you have USD appreciation to compound on top of 40% APY.
That's the funny part. I'm not even talking about the added dynamics of the returns. I'm just talking about the regular yield, man.
Yep.
This is so ridiculous.
Yeah,
the regular yield in Hex on top, the price appreciation, the reflexivity, the shrinking supply. You can't fucking hit a better home run.
No,
the inflation hedge benefits. Oh my fucking god, the portability. I mean, you name it. It's fucking left and right. You know what I mean? Like that's one analogy that I love when I was watching one of Robert Kiyosaki's show when they were talking about how even if you're the best businessman in the world, you use the Venezuela example, like you run mad businesses over there, but you get, pesos and whatever, and you watch your currency just devaluate, you could be very, very successful and still be broke because they're stealing your money like that. And having a vehicle where you can actually park the money, knowing that it's not only a hedge, a defensive position, but also protect you against inflation and give you a return at the same time, it's a no fucking brainer. It's like, what the hell? And then we're tired of listening to those plebs influencers because they think they got views trying to tell us what to do with our fucking money because we're the one putting the money in, not fucking them. The real fucking fiat, not the recycled bullshit. And then they think they're just going to take our money like that? No. We were waiting for the actual product. The product showed up. Now, shit. we'll go to work. We go to fucking work. We just need a product. Now we have a reason. You know what I mean? And one last thing I'll say, which is important. I was watching one of the old stream from Patrick Bay-David, which is really cool. The most powerful man. No one talking about making enemies or whatever. And I think about Richard every time I have that quote. It's somebody that's very driven, vision of grandeur, whatever. But, that's a little lazy, so to speak. Just lay back. Reason, right? You're laughing, Gary, because you know what I'm talking about. Those are the most dangerous motherfuckers. And I'm laughing. Cool, chill, we do our own thing. But if you fuck with us too much, man, okay, it's like that. All right, now I got a reason. I didn't want to do it, but now you give me a reason to fucking do it. Now we're gonna go and shove it at your face, and then.
I have to laugh a little bit. I actually Funding Jim. If you go to onlyfans.com/fundingjim, I actually have that URL. And I'm talking to people to be like, hey, there's a referral, benefit if girls come on their own account and stuff like that. So I was like, I need to game the system so I can get more hex.
Yeah, right.
It's only fair, man.
I fucking love it. That's true. People don't understand. Yeah, how the fuck you can do anything? You can do
I'm not broadcasting anything. I'm saying I just want the affiliate income for fucking referral.
Gary the pimp.
He's like a real
Gary.
businessman. That's what I'm talking about.
Gary, where do I get that referral code?
Yeah.
So is your feet.
Right?
Nice, man.
Oh my god. You get Easter egg once you sign up. Oh my god.
Hey, seriously. Hey, RG3, go to onlyfans.com/fundingjim.
Check out Sammy's comment.
That's all I know.
I'm talking fucking truth, dude. I'm not
How you
bullshit.
doing it,
Yo,
man?
good thing I paid, man. Stop being stingy. Yo.
Sammy.
You gotta pay. Go to the URL, bro. Come on.
I know he's not gonna pull that shit up on screen.
Okay. Gary, you should have a Patreon too.
Dude, this stream's been fire. The last thing we need is YouTube to pull it down because we're OnlyFans.
Oh,
Guys, I am looking at it now. What is a keistered popple? Is that what this is? What does that mean?
got him.
Discovered.
Whoa, what?
It was $1.99 to join, so I joined. A keistered popple?
Look, Steve, hey, the power of influence. I've got audience now. I've got.
What is that, and what's it coming out of?
I don't even want to know.
Oh, you just QR code this? Oh, thank you everybody for the super chats. I just wanted to mention what isn't KNTX doing these days to help everything. So thank you, KNTX. Wow, the offer to just put yourself out there like that right now for a super chat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, why do you have
return on every dollar
fucking
spent?
monetize that shit?
10x return for every dollar spent. So, KNTX value.
Hey, matching funds. It looks like that might be $1,000 fucking stake. That's awesome.
Oh my god, there you go. Raises you up.
Buffalo Beast.
Thanks for bringing that to everyone's attention.
This stream has
Joe.
been fire, dude. I think if anybody watches, the amount of time we put into this thing, this is some compressed, fucking amazing stuff.
Oh shit!
That's what's coming.
Oh, yeah. Let's
Happy
see
Friday.
beard or you are a
Oh, yeah.
scam.
Hex is
See
worldwide.
beard or you are a scam.
No, there is no scam. There is only safe USD. And I'm teaching this
I'll
guy
be
to
right there, guys.
I'm teaching this one the ways of the CG. So there is safe UCG.
Okay.
Save UCG to the moon.
Save UCG. That's right. That's the oracle.
Purple, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's gonna cost you 2 t-shirts to see both these bad girls.
What is Markable doing here?
He's got something to say, right?
I don't know if his sound is off. His mic's off.
So those of us in the
I'm
CG
getting ready.
space,
I'll be right there, guys.
that's right. They don't understand. We have too many things, so we have to click.
Get it straight. Get it straight.
So
first-
go ahead.
The first member on my OnlyFans. Hey, make sure everybody go to my OnlyFans because
second
this is the first
fan?
giveaway. The second fan, exactly. One of the popple.
Get the
giveaways.
popple.
Yeah, and I've got one. For Knipples, he can put one on either.
It's important. You need to make sure the clippy things are like the top.
They have no idea, guys.
You
I have
guys-
the best hair, the best beard, so go to my OnlyFans.
Come on, Wookie.
It's way
Let's go,
better.
Wookie. I
Way
need a
better.
pilot. I need a co-pilot, Wookie.
Wait, whatever. I saw your like anti-Scandinavian like the other person in the other stream, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It's actually your brother. There's no beard on him at all, but he'll claim to be from Norway. You're like, what the fuck you doing a fucking markable stream for Norway? Did you not like reach out to the other Norwegian giant you have on stream that has a beard bigger than you? Did you have beard envy? Like, you know what I mean?
Dude,
I
if there's
just
no
realized-
beard on it, I have one rule in life. If there's no beard on it, don't trust it.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. We're
What
going
about
back to
exactly-
the-
does that-
wait,
does
you
We're
don't
back
have
to the
2
cryptic
rules?
books.
Does that include your girlfriend?
That's not a very nice thing to say about your mom.
How do you
Michael.
understand why the
They call-
USD is safe?
They call that the bearded clam.
Dude,
Oh my
I've
god.
been telling you. I'm in crypto. I don't have a girlfriend, so
That's right.
all fine.
That's exactly right.
By the way, I just realized whoever changed our name, this is super cool.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
I was wondering how long it was going to take for you guys to figure it out.
It's so rad.
I was waiting for you guys to
Marketing
figure it out. It's
genius.
been like this for like at least
I
half
know,
an hour
it's
now.
so nice.
I saw
noticed it a while
well
ago.
done. It was well done.
Bang, bang.
Too
Bang,
funny,
bang.
man. Yeah,
Bang bang, quick math.
Remarkable beard.
we're good, man. Everybody else has to catch up. That's all people really have to realize. So
And that's where they get the markable beard.
And Brizology has this right. Disregard females, acquire currency.
yep, that's a fact. I wasted a lot. Yeah, do that.
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better some of you don't breed.
Yep.
Oh, man. Am I the only guy that supports marriage in this whole fucking community?
No, I do.
I do.
I do.
Just
We've seen your wife. We know why you support marriage.
We support you. I would say if it comes at the right time with the right people, or you know what I mean, like that's something that you really want to do. Yeah, I'm not the person. So it's all timing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think the state needs to be involved in your personal relationship. You want to spend the rest of your life with
I agree
somebody,
with
knock
that.
yourself out, man.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you,
Yeah,
want, you
getting
can call it
citizenship out of it.
you can call it whatever you want. You can call
Exactly.
it whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm getting citizenship, and I got an anchor baby.
And my version of a prenup is like I'll make you a steak, and then depending on how long you and then when the steak ends, it'll make it done. Then you get it. That's it. We'll do like that, so you don't have to worry about financial stability or whatever.
If you think about it, marriage is one big stake actually, and it no matter when you end it, there's an emergency end stake penalty.
You misuse the word Ponzi. Marriage is one giant Ponzi.
Marriage is Ponzi.
I mean, everything in America is a Ponzi.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
in the Western world, really, most things.
And
are
you gotta make at least 50% of the stake, so you get something.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that, right? So Wall Street, you got what you call the primary dealers, right? Those are basically the people that own the Fed, but they're the ones at the spigot. They're the ones that get all the inflation. That's why they never go broke. Now with Hex, we're the ones getting all the inflation.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we're gonna be super fucking rich. It's pretty simple.
Correct. It's actually pretty correct.
Yeah, pretty simple. Yeah, it's not hard, man. It's really not. This is gonna be such a fun ride.
I mean, ideally, like once you look at everything as a character development and like how little gains turns into big gains, and then the way it swings, it's just like
wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like PulseChain, if you actually look at Hex on training wheels and look at like how quickly the fucking like spring compresses with all the economic mass of people that are trying to hunt in that ecosystem,
right? It's crazy.
It's crazy.
You're gonna see the narrative play out. You know, Richard's gonna catalyze it, but everybody else is in Hex and Hexicans and Echo and have their own spin on how they frame it. But you know, if 100 million, 200 million, whatever the number is, it gets contributed into the sacrifice set, the launch period, it's going to be commentary. It's going to be newsworthy. It's going to be that stuff. And then your human brain associates the fact that you sacrificed with the dollar value of the token that you receive. So you're just going to see chart go up from people that have additional, whether it's ladders coming out that go into moving the PHEX value or whatever it may be, other assets, other economic engines, other businesses, other W-2 funds. You're just going to see that fucking chart go up.
Well, but the thing is, the bridge is Pulse though. So like, if you want to like deal with that beta fish fight, you have to like pay the Pulse to do it. It's brilliant. Like it's actually brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it's all about, baby. Number go up.
Number go up.
Into the right.
Into the right.
That's it.
Hey, club. That one's good too.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
I'm here for the tech, man.
That's right.
Second to me.
But this is the tech, right? Never before has anything like this existed. This is technology.
Well, that's the key. This is the 11 that you turn it to, right? Like if you actually learn,
bang bang,
it is like Mark.
Holy shit!
Unwrecked is time went on.
That's awesome, man. Thanks,
brother.
So Unwrecked. You really want to see the knipples? I mean, I promised. I promised.
Hey, don't make a. Hey,
apparently he wants a motorboat.
Yeah, it's a nipple. It's a nipple tune.
The KNTX promise coin needs to fucking deliver.
There you go.
You gotta stand up. You gotta stand up. Your fucking title bar was fucking covering up the best part.
I can't tell.
Rise
Gary, walk me through this, please.
Rise to the occasion. Where the fucking tassels? Where are the tassels? I don't see any tassels.
Well, there goes our stream.
And we're shut down on DeFi.
Set up your OnlyFans.
Hey,
see?
Oh, again.
They keep coming.
Oh shit! He's running an 8-pack and he's playing.
Really?
Yo, you guys are
Really?
too much.
Show them money makers, Knipples.
You guys are too much.
Hey, I'm usually a pretty conservative guy, but $100 is $100.
$100.
They got you working tonight, baby.
That's $100 times 2, and you said it's 10x on their fucking value proposition, so that's $1,000. You just
10x
right.
per dollar. 10x per dollar.
Nipple action, man.
Correct.
Someone really wants to come into the.
It's like the true fan.
They gotta knock it out. Quit trying to come in. It's full, guys. Nobody's leaving.
We're probably towards the end of this show anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why Markable's here.
He's away.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dominican
We know what you
Lily,
mean.
$20 and we got a deal.
$5 just to stop.
Are you just selling yourself now?
Well, yeah. Well,
Hey, he's doing it for the community. He's
The sacrifice.
Richard buys $1 million worth of wristwatches to show off. We show off nipples.
$1 million nipples.
Well, one does not slightly nipple. One needs a cut nipple.
I am going to go get some Lloyd's of London insurance on these knips. So
Are you out? I think he needs to rest his eyeballs. Are you gonna let somebody else in? What are you doing? Are you staying in?
well, we're gonna get ready to go here.
Remarkable.
pretty
Did
soon,
your
guys.
beard got bigger, or is it just me?
Yes.
His hair is
That's how
flowing.
they work.
Remarkable turned 6'8" instead of 6'6" or whatever.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is you have to rate it by the beard, right? So you need a beardlet going, and then from there you do a measured growth to like check your perspective. It's very, very important for them beardly ones.
From the side, it almost looked like
Everybody's
your
using
hair was
trading
an
view on
extension
fucking
of the beard.
Remarkable.
The thing is that he understands it. That's why he does a job like that. I'm just like, yep, totally right. Rated by the beard.
You almost look like you were like Gandalf, like because I thought that the hair was an extension of the beard when you were like
Dude,
inside.
just have you
Yeah.
seen my tweets, dude? Just wait until I have the custom walking cane and the staff and the ropes. Just wait for it, dude. It's gonna be amazing.
Like you do not simply beard, right? Just like boom.
Check this out. I can already do magic because if I say the word, there's going to be an outro. I think it's now outro. Yeah, it's kind of